sincere thank you for joining us this evening. We are so proud to be honoring our senior players and cheerleaders. For the past 4 years, we have seen you all grow and develop as an integral part of the new Canaan Rams football program. Your hard work, dedication, and leadership has resulted in a memorable, successful season, one that further deepens the pride we have in our community, both in our school and in the town of New Canaan. We are so proud of each of you. Congratulations to all of our seniors and your families for your successes and the mark each of you has left on the football program. And thank you for your commitment to excellence that embodies the New Canaan Rams. And now we're going to be introducing to you our seniors and their parents. First off, let's welcome and congratulate Ava Giorno, escorted by Joe and Melissa Giorno. Congratulations, Lily McManus, escorted by Bill and Dawn McManus. Next up, congratulations, Sammy Rosano, escorted by Rich and Sharon Rosano. Congratulations, A.J. Bell, escorted by Andrew and Josie Bell.
Oh, wait, dude. I didn't even see that. What's Tucker's pick? Oh, I've seen it. It's fucking hilarious.
Congratulations, Walker Blair, escorted by Will Blair and Christina Blair.
Will!
Walker's actually pretty chill. He's smart as fuck.
Congratulations, Jack Butine, escorted by Jack and Sam Butine.
Brad's not there because Brad is getting ready. Brad is in gear 2. We just distracted him from
Congratulations, Ryan Kalyanis, escorted by Bill and Lisa Kalyanis.
I'm actually learning their names. That is true.
Congratulations, Alec Capello, escorted by Melissa Lopez and Glenn and Jen Capello. Congratulations to Charlie Chisholm, escorted by Kiki Chisholm.
I just see them come up and find out who the hell they are.
Congratulations to Gilbert Clay, escorted by Darren and Missy Clay.
You can zoom in and out. You might be able to, it is turning right now, but you don't have to turn it.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Congratulations to Flynn Coffee, escorted by Paul and Lisa Coffee.
No, there's not a lot of powder in it. I feel like it's less sweet. Yeah, I tried the purple one now.
You have no powder.
Then it'd be water.
Yes. Not good.
Purple's good.
I always like blue.
Congratulations to Ryan Connolly, escorted by James and Dina Connolly.
You're so nice. You're helping my OCD so much. Thank you.
My own OCD as well.
Honestly.
But then I would
Congratulations, Cooper Dinan, escorted by Terry and Andrea Dinan. Congratulations to Scott Fitzgibbon, escorted by Mark and Danielle Fitzgibbon. Congratulations, Griffin Gettner, escorted by Ed and Jen Gettner. Congratulations, Ty Groff, escorted by Ike and Leslie Groff. Congratulations, Brendan Hagan, escorted by Bob and Kerry Hagan. Congratulations, Trey Colides, escorted by George and Karen Colides. Congratulations, Graham Ladley, escorted by Greg and Trish Ladley.
Talking on the headphones tonight.
Oh,
Not
good.
gonna-
Okay, Ty.
Not gonna be. Layla, you're gonna hear me from right here. I'm gonna be.
Congratulations, Tucker Milligan, escorted by Jason and Lawton Milligan. Congratulations, Andrew Nolan, escorted by Chris and Susie Nolan. Congratulations, Stefano Orlando, escorted by Tony and Susan Orlando. Congratulations, Javi Perez Soto, escorted by Giovanni Rodriguez and Juana Soto. Congratulations, Will Pebby, escorted by Greg and Beth Pebby. Congratulations, Henry Perone, escorted by Jay and Donna Perone. Congratulations, Dom Razzo, escorted by Bill and Diane Razzo. Congratulations, Max Salert, escorted by Steve and Kristen Salert. Congratulations, Matt Salmini, escorted by Kevin and Michelle Salmini. Congratulations, Oliver Chakaroff, escorted by Svetlin and Katrina Chakaroff.
Yeah, James! Good job, James!
And congratulations, Hunter Telesco, escorted by James Telesco and Whitney Singer. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are, our senior players, along with their parents and guardians. We're very proud to be honoring our senior players and cheerleaders tonight. Congratulations, and good luck in your future.
Welcome to tonight's matchup versus the New Canaan Rams versus the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons. It's a beautiful 65 degrees here at New Canaan High School. We're very excited to see what both these teams have to offer. For more on tonight's game, here's Andrew.
Thanks, Gray. Unfortunately, last week the Rams finally met their match as they head onto the field now. Last week, the Rams finally met their match with the St. Joseph Hogs, who upset the Rams 27-14. The Hogs were able to dominate the Rams on both sides of the ball. However, the Rams' offensive performance was especially concerning. They only put up 7 points with 1 touchdown, and that came on a long Hunter Telesco run, which he's been doing all season. Besides that, the Rams were completely unable to move the ball. They're going to need to pick it up quick as the Turkey Bowl and the state playoffs loom soon. Back to you, Gray.
Thanks, Andrew. Tonight is New Canaan's senior night. There's a very cool breeze and a beautiful night. For more on last week's matchup, we're going to bring it down to our sideline reporter, Danielle.
With a record of 3 wins and 4 losses, losing to Darien last week. The Rams are 6-1 and 4-0 in league play. The Rams had their first loss to St. Joseph.
Thanks, guys. And yes, last week was hard against St. Joe's as the Rams faced their first loss, losing 27-14. They only had 60 yards of offense. and only 15 minutes of possession. That's not to say they didn't play well, as senior Hunter Telesco had 83 of New Canaan's 102 rushing yards, and senior Matt Salmini had 16 and a half tackles with a pick 6 late in the second quarter. Now the 6-1 Rams will take on the 3-4 Fairfield Ludlowe. Guys, back to you to hear a little more about it.
Thank you, Danielle. Tonight is a very exciting matchup. And as you said, there's a lot of great players who have great performances. There's a lot of things that the Rams are going to have to do this week to capitalize off of that opportunity. For more on tonight's game and players to watch, here's Andrew.
Thanks, Gray. Like you mentioned, it is senior night. That means the Rams are going to want to get up big early on this Fairfield Ludlowe team, who's 3-4. Obviously, the Rams are 6-1. They look to be the better team, so if they can get up big early, they can get those seniors in that don't normally play some valuable reps. With that being said, here are my players to watch for the Rams. The first one is Andrew Nolan. Unfortunately, safety Tucker Milligan had a nasty shoulder injury, and he should be out for the next couple of weeks. This has thrust Nolan into the starting role. Nolan has been playing this year in a 3-safety set, but this is going to be his first game starting. He played very well last week against St. Joe's when Milligan went down, and he looks to do the same. He's a very intelligent player, and he's also a sneaky good athlete. Look for him to make some plays at that safety position. My next player to watch is Will Langford. Although he doesn't have the stats to back it up right now, Langford is a very good receiver. He's a smart player, and he knows how to get open. He also has a great connection with Ty Groff. I saw this last year on the JV team. Ty loves throwing to Langford, and if Langford can get open, I know that Groff is going to try and get him the ball.
Thanks, Andrew. I'm very excited to see what a lot of these New Canaan players have to offer. There's a few players returning from injury, which is very exciting, and there's a few more players who were injured last game. This will definitely hurt the Rams, but tonight on senior night, as morale might be low, a lot of players are still on the field, including Walker Blair, who was not 100% sure that he'd be on the field tonight, suited up. You can see him warming up now with the Rams on their defense in that safety position. Very excited to see what he has to offer tonight.
Yeah, and Gray, I'm honestly shocked that Walker Blair is suiting up for this game. I know it's senior night, but last week it was incredibly clear that Blair simply should not have been playing. He actually got surgery on Wednesday, the week of the Friday game against St. Joe's. So he got operated on Wednesday, showed up to practice Wednesday and Thursday, and then suited up Friday with a massive club on his hand. It's definitely hindered his ability to tackle the ball carrier and obviously his ability to intercept the ball. But either way, he's still the leader of this defense, and he's an incredible player. The Rams definitely need him, but I am shocked he's playing.
Right, and more on him here as you're watching him warm up. Walker Blair is an amazing captain, and he's a guy who wants to stay on the field, not for himself, but for the players around him. And he's still able to make plays with that one arm. As we saw last game, he had a few big hits, even though he struggled to wrap up. I'm excited to see what he's able to do tonight with that free hand and that club of his.
Like I said, though, tonight's a great chance for the Rams. This is a similar chance to Norwalk and Bridgeport Central for New Canaan. If they're able to get up big early, this time they can get in some seniors that haven't normally played some really important playing time because this is their last game on Dunning Stadium outside of maybe a state playoff game, which would be played here. But this is their last regular season home game at Dunning.
Right, and I think games like this mean a lot more to some of the senior players than you might think. And a lot of the senior players, this is going to be their last game on Dunning Stadium potentially. And that's something that hurts to leave, and a lot of them, this may be their last sport that they're playing. And this game means a lot sentimentally. It's senior night. There's a lot of pressure to perform. I'm excited to see what these Rams players have to offer. This is definitely a game where they're going to have a lot of opportunities, hopefully for them, and it'll be very exciting to see what these Rams can do.
In addition to that, Gray, the Rams need to get their mojo back. Before the St. Joe's game, they were widely considered to be either the #1 or the #2 team in the entire state. Unfortunately for them, that's just simply not the case anymore. They got upset by St. Joe's, and now St. Joe's is likely ahead of them in the rankings, as is Greenwich, who only has one loss as well. So going into the Turkey Bowl, which is going to be their biggest game of the season, the Rams are going to want to blow out Ludlowe, and they're going to want to blow out Fairfield Ward, so that going into Darien, they're back at 100% confidence, because I can't imagine their confidence is high right now.
Right, and I think the Rams need that boost of confidence, as you mentioned, and something to get them going into the Turkey Bowl.
As here come the Rams.
Great big banner here for the Rams. It's the second time being brought out by the Rams cheerleaders as the Rams take the field.
And we are just minutes from kickoff, folks. Coin toss will ensue, as will the national anthem shortly.
2.5 minutes left. You can expect a lot of players right now to be feeling nerves, especially those 27 seniors on this Rams varsity roster. A lot of them expecting to get in for the first time of the season tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And these seniors want to show out, especially for their friends in the stands who are now coming in as it's a blackout in the stands. The Bomb Squad will be wearing all black tonight. But these seniors are going to want to show out for their family that came, and obviously their friends, for one last time. And it's a pretty special feeling, because so many of those 27 guys have been playing all the way since the 3rd grade. So when you play 9 years of a sport, you definitely form an attachment to it, and that's something that's tough to give up. So these guys want to give it their all one last time.
Right, and it's a very special experience being able to come out onto the field and with your parents and take photos just before the game. And, you know, one thing that Coach Marinelli mentioned earlier is it's an awesome experience for a bunch of the guys, but then again, it is a bit of a distraction before the game, and being able to warm up for a lot of those players is something that is important, but at the same time, it's also very important for these players to prepare mentally.
All right, and now the coin toss is ensuing. For New Canaan, you have your 5 captains: Max Alert, number 6, Graham Ladley, number 50, Ty Groff, number 8, Walker Blair, number 21, Javi Perez Soto, number 52, and honorary captain Andrew Blackwell, number 63.
Right, and tonight we'll have an all-senior sung national anthem on the field, very special in spite of senior night. You can just tell that a lot of the players and the New Canaan community are very excited for this senior night. The cheerleaders, seniors, had been announced earlier. There's banners everywhere. Seniors' photos walking through the gates coming in. It's a very exciting experience, and something that a lot of players only get to experience at the front of once.
Yeah, absolutely. Hilariously, when I met with Coach Marinelli earlier today and asked him what senior night meant to him, he said, "It's a pain in my neck." He doesn't want the distractions like homecoming. He simply just doesn't want extra distractions for these players, because there's already enough. And especially, like Gray mentioned, you get a minimal warm-up, and it's just another distraction that could hinder you from playing your best ball.
Right, and Andrew, that's something that comes with 41 years of experience as the Rams head coach that Lou Marinelli has, in comparison to the Ludlow's new coach of his 5th season, Mitch Ross. And I think Marinelli's experience is something that makes him such a great coach. And knowing what to do at the moment, and having had senior night as a tradition for a vast majority of those years, is something that's very special that he gets to experience. Band playing here at Dunning tonight next to the student section. We'll see how that affects the crowd noise coming from one corner of the stadium. Very exciting here. We'll be back to you after the national anthem, sung by an all-senior lineup.
Beatrice Kelly, Nicole Talano, Sophie O'Neill, William Pepe, John Hugh, and Peyton Zaleski. The colors are at the south end of the field.
Sight you don't see too often, as you see number 99 and senior football player Will Pepe, who also happens to be in the choir, singing the national anthem. What a start to the night, Gray.
Right, that's very exciting and quite the surprise, because that is the first time he has sung at one of New Canaan's home games. Typically, the national anthem is sung in the press box live by a group of the choir students, so that's very exciting that Pepe stood out onto the field and sang his heart out.
Yep, it's game time now, folks, as Ty Groff comes out for the kickoff. And he's done a phenomenal job so far this year. He hopes to kick in college as well, hopefully Division I. So he's been doing a phenomenal job getting the ball into the end zone.
Right, and one side note just to mention tonight, Andrew, these uniforms for the Ludlowe team are somewhat difficult to read. So getting some of these numbers on the field may be tough for both the live announcers here and us tonight. Ty Groff here to kick off. Ty Groff, the New Canaan field goal record-setting kicker, set a record earlier this season of 47 yards. Kick here up and away at Dunning Stadium with Ty Groff. Brought back, number 8, Aaron Field receives the catch.
Aaron Field is actually a phenomenal player. He leads the team in rushing and receiving, and he's already hit 1,000 rushing yards on the season. Almost 300 more than New Canaan's leading rusher, Hunter Telesco.
Right, and Aaron Field is also a linebacker. We might not see him playing too much defense here tonight, but he is rostered as a running back and a linebacker, which is something you don't see out of many seniors.
Aces formation here for the Falcons. Look to see him try and spread it out tonight.
Falcons here in the shotgun. New Canaan right outside linebacker moves up to blitz. Drop back. Pass is batted down by Andrew Nolan, number 20 for the Rams.
Yeah, great job by Nolan there. One of my players to watch as he jumps the out route. Just a good play, but not a bad play call there by the Falcons. Just doing something simple, easy, and try and just get it past the numbers there. So good job, good play call in my opinion by the Falcons.
Jackson Cook once again in the slot to receive the snap. That's definitely a wide receiver that they're going to be looking for. Number 3, Jake Aguilera, the senior.
Looks like a wildcat formation here for the Falcons.
Drop back, fake handoff, direct snap, brought down by the Rams.
Yeah, and that's one thing Coach Silvestri absolutely praises in his defense. Aggression, getting all 11 players to the ball every single play, and that's a perfect example of the Rams doing that to a T. As you see, the Fairfield running back was just hoarded by about 6 or 7 Rams players there.
3rd and 10 here for the Rams. 3rd and 10 here for the Falcons, sorry. Falcons have not gained any yards on this drive yet.
Wildcat again. Interesting to see if they'll try and throw it here, as the quarterback is now the slot receiver.
It'll be number 10, Michael Palladino in the backfield. Timeout by the Ludlowe team. Andrew, what do you think the Falcons have to do here to convert on 3rd down?
Well, they obviously have to take a shot, which is why I was a little bit confused as to why they were in the Wildcat formation there, unless their Wildcat running back can throw the ball deep downfield, but they need 10 yards. So I think one thing they should try and do here is try and attack the middle of the field, maybe on a dig or a post route. That'll hopefully just cross over with those safeties and corners and get a little opening there. Let's see what they do, though.
Right, and Ludlowe has very interesting play calls here. We see they changed up their formation a bit. 2 new in the backfield. Jackson Cook receiving the snap. Cook drops back. Screen pass to the left side. Breaking to the outside, breaks 2 tackles, and finally brought down by number 4, Matt Salmini.
He got the first down, though. And right there you see how Walker Blair's broken hand really hinders him. That's a play Walker Blair makes every 90 times out of 100 normally. But with that broken hand, he's got to pretty much tackle with one hand. So he didn't really have a chance there, but a good play call.
Right, Cook once again in the backfield here. It looks like Aaron Field and Jackson Cook alongside each other in the backfield. Cook set to receive the snap. Shotgun formation here. Cook drops back. Passes up and batted down by number 7, Griffin Getner.
Good play by Griffin, and not a bad ball at all by the quarterback Cook there. Griffin was just in perfect position there and was able to knock it down. Clean play, too. Great play by Griffin.
2nd and 10 here for the Falcons. Once again, the Falcons finding themselves in a position where they need to put 10 yards down the field for the first down. Number 10 alongside Cook here in the backfield, Palladino. Palladino receives the snap directly up the center and taken down by the New Canaan Rams D-line for a loss of 1-2.
Yeah, great. It looks to me like the Falcons are going to be passing the ball a lot tonight. That's now the Falcons' second run of the game, and for the second time, they got absolutely stuffed for no gain. The Rams D-line is looking ferocious tonight. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the Falcons to run the ball consistently and get any yards. So look for them to continue to pass the ball a majority of plays here with that spread offense. As you see, the Rams now are in their 3-safety package here with Connor Mazza coming into the game.
Trips to the right. Cook set to receive the snap. 3rd and 11 here. Cook receives the snap. Pass to the middle of the field, almost picked off by number 9, Brendan Hagan.
Wow, that was a dangerous throw there. It looked like there was a screen at first to the right side. However, not sure if that was simply a decoy, but that play was going nowhere. And frankly, Cook is lucky that ball didn't get picked off.
Number 7, Griffin Getner back to receive the punt for the Rams.
And Getner has been nothing short but electric back there as their punt returner. Keep an eye on him throughout the game.
Punts back, and punt is away. High punt received around the 58-yard line and dropped by Griffin Getner. Looks like it was picked up by a New Canaan Ram. Ball recovered by the Rams.
Well, unfortunately, I think I jinxed Griffin, Gray. That was scary, but Griffin can take a deep breath now. And smart play by him by trying to fall on that as quick as he could. That punt went super high. First of all, it was nearly blocked by Matt Salmini, the workhorse linebacker, but that punt just skied in the air. Great punt.
Right, and I think part of that was the time that it took the Ludlowe punter to release the ball. It definitely took him longer than usual, but that high punt was definitely worth the wait as it gave the Ludlowe Falcons an opportunity to get the ball. Ty Groff here in the backfield. Pitch to Hunter Telesco down the right side. Breaks 1 tackle, is not able to find the gap. Rams game 1-2.
Yeah, and I think that's a good first play call just to try and get Hunter Telesco into some space, because that's really been the only thing that's worked consistently for the Rams offense this year.
2 wide receivers on both sides of the ball. Ty Groff with Telesco to the left of him in the backfield. Groff gives the handoff, ball to Telesco, and brought down by number 8, Aaron Field. Once again, the guy we saw on the kickoff, playing running back and linebacker, very versatile player, not something you see out of a lot of the seniors.
The Rams are going hurry up here, going really quick. Excited to see what they do.
Trips left here for the Rams. Groff and shotgun once again. Hard count for the Rams, does not go.
Offensive coordinator Dan Farina loves that hard count.
Ty Groff receives the snap and shotgun. Swing pass to Telesco. Breaks 1 tackle. And taken down by a few Ludlowe linebackers for a gain of 1 to 2.
Gray, I just don't understand the play calling there. You need 10. Why are you throwing it behind the line of scrimmage on a swing pass? It doesn't make any sense to me, because although Hunter Telesco can make magic happen with the ball in his hands, he didn't really have a chance, even a chance to get the first down there. It doesn't really make sense to me.
And that'll be 3 and out for that Falcons defense. Ty Groff back, quarterback, punter, and kicker for the Rams. Seems to be number 8 in the backfield here for the Falcons receiving the kick.
Great punt.
Fair catch and nearly dropped. Little confused there as he forgot that he called a fair catch. Punt recovered there after dropped by number 8, Aaron Field. Rams are very quick to get to the ball.
It's a good punt by Ty Groff, though.
And Andrew, what do you think the Falcons have to do here once again? They were able to get 9 yards on that last drive, which was just barely enough to get them down the field and ended up punting on that drive. But what do you think the Falcons need to do here differently?
I just want to see Aaron Field get some more touches. He has the stats to back it up, so hopefully they can get him the ball and see what he can do.
Cook in the shotgun here, running back to his left and his right. Handoff, that'll be number 10 for the Falcons, Palladino once again.
Yeah, it's going to be tough sledding for the Falcons for sure, all night long in the run game. The Rams look incredibly prepared, especially on the front 7, for whatever Ludlowe has to offer. And Ludlow's already tried about 3 or 4 different formations. And running the ball has just not worked so far. Hopefully, it'll be interesting to see if they abandon the run game or try and stick with it.
8, 9, and 10 here in the backfield for the Falcons. Cook receives the snap in the middle. Low snap.
Oh, he's out.
And pass completed to number 3 for the first down, Jake Aguilera.
I thought he had a man open even farther down the field there. Number 23 for the Falcons there. He was running a corner, and he was actually wide open. I was surprised Cook didn't hit him there.
Right, and number 23, Ramsey Otta. I think the Falcons trust the ball in the hands of Aguilera a little bit more, and that might have been the reason for that decision. Once again, 2 running backs set in the backfield here. Cook set to receive the snap. Palladino to his right. Handoff to the left. Number 8, Aaron Field for a gain of about 4.
It's a really good run. Couple cuts. He had to work hard for those 4 yards, but that's an incredible run there by Field.
Right, and I think Field is a player that's going to get a lot of rushing yards with big opportunities and big plays, just like Hunter Telesco. Two wide receivers out to the left. Same formation, but reversed from 2 plays ago.
And a tight end as well.
Pass back to Cook. And overthrown to number 8, Aaron Field.
Yeah, Cook is not going to have a lot of time tonight to throw the ball. It's clear to me, even just minutes into this game, that the Rams, at least on the defensive side of the ball, have the advantage in the trenches against that Falcon offensive line. So Cook is going to have to get the ball out and get the ball out quick. The screen game would probably be a smart option for the Falcons moving forward.
Right, and I think the reason that out route did not work was, 1, because of the pressure on the QB, and 2, because of the Rams safeties who were ready to take them down. Number 9, Cook in the backfield once again in the shotgun formation. Look, swing passes open around the left, but sacked by 2 Rams defensive linemen.
Yeah, pocket just collapsed immediately right there. There was really nothing Cook could do. Honestly, just a smart decision taking that sack. He barely even had time to drop back. He pretty much took his 3-step drop and got crushed immediately. I feel bad for the man, but hopefully that Ludlowe offensive line will be able to step up moving forward and start to block a little bit more effectively.
Charlie O'Connor checks here. Rams defensive end on the left side of the field.
Oh, wow.
Snap overthrown. Number 4, Matt Salmini,
Oh,
drops the football, picks it up at the 3-yard line.
Salmini almost had another touchdown, Gray. He had an incredible one-handed pick six last week, and I know that he wanted that. He saw the goods right in front of his eyes. Unfortunately, he just could not pick it up without tripping. But great awareness by Salmini, but just a brutal long snap for the Falcons. Not sure what happened there.
And great discipline by him, too, knowing to go down on the ball after that first attempt. And it looks like the Rams will be in a jumbo set here. Direct snap to Hunter Telesco around the left side. Finds a gap and brought down at about the 1-yard line.
That's good blocking there by that jumbo set for the Rams. Probably actually should have been a touchdown there for Telesco. Fortunately, I think he lost his footing.
Jumbo set here by the Rams, typically ran by Luke Reed, the junior quarterback, who was out with a hamstring injury. Once again, the same formation for the Rams here. Jumbo set, Telesco set to receive a direct snap. And that'll be a Rams touchdown. Number 3, Hunter Telesco with the 1-yard rush.
Yeah, Gray, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the saying, and that's what Daniel Farina has stuck by all year long in these goal line situations. He's gone with the jumbo set, and it's worked nearly every single time for the Rams as the bomb squad is going crazy. Great first touchdown for the Rams as they look to pile it on shortly.
Ty Groff back here, set to kick the football through the uprights. Snack back here, little pressure, and long through the uprights. Hits the side of the school. Andrew, do you think this is the momentum that the Rams were looking for early off?
Yeah, definitely. That first offensive possession for the Rams definitely didn't go as planned. But that punt disaster for the Falcons was exactly what the Rams needed. But I just want to see the Rams offense the next time they get the ball have a quality drive because, I mean, that was the jumbo set. So the Rams offense didn't really need to do all too much there. But I'd like to see the Rams defense get another stop, as they usually do. They've been incredible this season. And then I'd like to see not even a touchdown, but just a couple first downs, especially in the passing game, to get Ty Groff a little acclimated. He never really seemed comfortable last game, and that's not entirely his fault. Coming back from an injury and not starting, I mean, that's tough. That's very tough to be playing St. Joe's in your first game.
Ty Groff boots the ball away about 5 yards into the end zone. Great kick by Ty Groff. That senior kicker, he is an amazing player. He's able to step up from his injury. He was kicking prior in the season. Finally back, he's now starting at quarterback, kicker, and punter for the Rams.
Yeah, phenomenal player, absolutely. He always has been. Ever since the 3rd grade, he's always been one of the better players that I've played with. I loved him when he was throwing me the ball. And he's just a phenomenal quarterback. He makes the right reads, and he's got a hell of an arm as well.
Cook here takes it. First fake handoff, second handoff goes to Aaron Field. And a flag down on the play for the Rams. May have been the Rams or the Falcons.
Second flag falls. A little bit of a scuffle there.
And Andrew, do you think unnecessary roughness or a play call around that is something that the Ludlowe Falcons, or the New Canaan Rams for that sake, are really able to afford at this point in the game?
Definitely not, as we see that both penalties are against the Falcons. This is just a terrible penalty. The holding penalty was bad in and of itself. The unnecessary roughness penalty is just completely unnecessary, and you know that the Rams are the more talented team.
Right.
This is just shooting yourself in the foot and not even giving yourself a chance. First with the punt flying over the punter's head, and then now with this penalty. They're in a really poor position, now staring a 1st and 20 right in the face.
Right, and this will give the Falcons awful field positioning at the start of this drive. Falcons have not been able to gain major yards on any play except for an out route ran by number 3, Aguilera. So we'll see what the Falcons are able to do with this long yard opportunity. It will be 1st and 25.
This is really dangerous territory for the Falcons because the Rams secondary, they're some ball hawks. They're known as the Flintstones. They're a great group, and they play very, very well together. And they're going to want to get a pick here. They smell blood in the water.
Right, and I think something that's also not out of the question here might be a safety coming from that Rams defensive line who's hot off of a recent sack and a recent fumble recovery.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons just ran the ball this drive just to be safe. But if you're the Falcons, what do you have to lose? So
Cook in the backfield here. Once again with Palladino to his left. Hands the ball off, fake handoff, and the out route ran, number 2, and brought down by one-arm Walker Blair. Sorry, brought down by Andrew Nolan.
That out route has been working so far. That's now the 2nd time that it's a route similar to that has been completed. So good job there by the Falcons to really get out of safety territory. They're still staring. They're still at a pretty 2nd and very long, actually, 2nd and 18. But at least they don't have to worry about the safety anymore.
Right, and that was a great route ran by Ryan Ferris. We'll be sure to keep an eye on him for the rest of the night. Cook in the backfield. Play clock running low. 3. Gets the snap off in time. Cook makes the early pass to 2 Rams safeties, almost picked off by Griffin Gettner.
Yeah, Coach Silvestri brought the blitz there, and a smart play because the play clock was winding down. I don't think Cook was ready for the play, but he had to get it off. So knowing that, that's a very good play call there with the blitz.
Right, thrown into double coverage too. Cook rushed that pass off. Not a lot of time for him with his offensive line. Falcons here waiting for a play call. 3rd and 18. Looking for a deep route here.
If the Falcons are interested in going for it, I would try and get around 12 to 15 yards. Otherwise, it's pretty much a must punt situation.
Early throw by Cook. Finds a receiver. Not able to get the first down, but a strong gain, and it'll bring it to 4th and 7. That was caught by number 2, Ryan Ferris once again. Fourth down here, definitely going to punt.
Yeah, let's see, though, if this punt is successful, unlike last time for the Falcons.
Falcons punter, number 4, Caleb McNeil, moving a little further back this time. Flag thrown.
And the Rams aren't even leaving anyone back there to return the punt. Probably because of the muff punt earlier in the first quarter, but it's an interesting decision. Actually, no, Griffin Gettner is going back there now.
Rams will bring back Griffin Gettner to return the ball here. Number 4, McNeil, ready for the snap. Snap is good, and punt is away. Once again, very high. Poison call by the Rams. Ball will be positioned on their own 43.
I think that's a punt Griffin Gettner would normally field. However, due to muffing the ball, I think that's a smart decision. No need to take the risk again if it's not your night back there returning punts.
Right, and an extra 7 to 8 yards isn't going to make the difference in this game, especially for the Rams. And I think they're decision to just let the ball fall is one they're going to continue with. Telesco lined up directly behind an I formation. Handoff to Hunter Telesco down the left side. Finds a gap and brought down for a gain of 6.
One thing that I think Hunter Telesco has done a phenomenal job of in getting better this year as opposed to last year is just running the ball hard and not just constantly trying to make people miss. He's just hitting the hole and running as fast as
Rams in
he
hurry
can.
up, trips left, screen pass to number 17, and brought down, first down for the Rams.
Yeah, that's Will Langford, one of my players to watch for tonight's game. A good move, actually, with the sidestep.
Cooper Smith with that reception.
My apologies. Langford's at 18.
Same formation, handoff to the right side this time with Hunter Telesco. Finds a gap, breaks a few tackles for a gain of 8. Hunter Telesco off to a hot start. Andrew, why do you think it is that the Rams are running a hurry-up offense here?
I think that's kind of always been the goal for offensive coordinator Daniel Farina. He's always kind of wanted to run the high-tempo offense. It's just that with the way these games have been falling so far this year, it hasn't been the smart decision. The smart decision has been to try and pretty much milk the clock and have your defense win the game. Now, though, in a game like this against Ludlowe, who's a little bit worse of a team, they have a wider scope of what they can do.
Direct snap to Ty Groff. Handoff to the left side of the I formation. Once again to Hunter Telesco, who finds a gap and is brought down at the 6-yard line. Great run by Telesco, breaking a few tackles.
He's running like his hair is on fire right now, Greg. Just incredible runs for Telesco to start this game. He could hit the 1,000-yard mark very easily this season. He has less than 300 yards left to get there. He's well over 700 now.
Trips left, running back on the left side. Snap to Ty Groff. Screen pass to number 17, Cooper Smith, who was able to get in for the Rams touchdown.
Great play by Cooper Smith. He did it over here at around the 50, and he did it again there. Just good job by Smith making a man miss. He's an incredible athlete, a great football player and a great lacrosse player. And he's been the starting receiver so far this season. He's just struggled a tiny bit, especially largely because the Rams haven't passed it all too much. So stat-wise, he's not quite there, but he's been playing very well this season. Don't let the stats fool you.
Ty Groff back once again to kick the football here for the Rams. Passes back, little pressure, and a very strong kick straight into the parking lot. And I say this every game, Andrew. One of the worst parts of playing with Ty is that you got to chase his kicks. And a lot of those kicks will go into the woods, and you'll find yourself getting ticks and whatever might be out there.
Yeah, especially with the extra points. Maybe not the field goals, but Ty sends those extra points soaring way past the uprights and the post. It's got to be brutal, Gray.
Rams for defense. Rams kickoff team taking the field. Number 8 back to receive the kick for Ludlowe. That'll be Field and Palladino once again, the 2 in the backfield. Adjacent to Cook receiving this kick. Ty Groff lining up. Taking his steps, and the kick is away. Very strong kick by Ty Groff, brought back. Caught by number 8, Aaron Field, for the touchback.
Yeah, great kick there by Ty Groff again. All right, so Fairfield already has their backs against the wall. They're going to need to pretty much score some points now this drive. I don't think they can afford to wait another drive, 2 drives, 3 drives to get points on the board.
Right,
because,
and I think,
yeah, go ahead.
Right, and keeping momentum in a game like this is crucial for the Rams, and Ludlowe needs to stop that momentum in order to close up the score before the second half. Direct snap, straight to Cook, Handed off to number 8, once again, Aaron Field. Not able to make the play for more than 1 to 2.
And the Falcons have been taking their shots. It's not like they've been conservative this entire game. The Rams defensive backs are just prepared. They watched film. They know exactly what's coming at them. And they've done an incredible job so far this game, just handling their business the right way.
And great play by defensive lineman for the Rams, Will Pepe, getting in on that tackle and really creating contact to prevent forward motion. Cook once again set to receive the snap. Back on the left and the right of him. Fake handoff, bootleg out to the right side, and pass overthrown to number 2, Ryan Ferris.
That's a really good play call there by the Falcons. He had Ferris. Ferris had a step on Andrew Nolan, just a little bit overthrown. It would have been a tight window regardless, as Nolan wasn't in terrible position. He was about a half step behind him, just not quite where it needed to be there. And now once again, Ludlow's in 3rd and long. This is a bad position for them.
Right, one running back in the backfield this time. Snap to Cook, takes it back, looking for a pass, and a pass completed to number 10, Palladino. He finds open field and is taken down by number 7, Griffin Gentner. Great gain for the Falcons, exactly what they were looking for.
Yeah, that was another really good play call by the Falcons. It was a little bit of a jailbreak mesh type of screen, and it left Walker Blair as the only defender in the vicinity to make the tackle to stop the Falcons short of the 1st down. And with his hand, that's a tough ask for him.
Looks like the Falcons are going to recreate the same play call here, same formation. Once again, dropping back to pass. Deeper ball caught. That'll be number 2, Ryan Ferris, who's having a great game. Drop back once again to pass. Receiver number 10, Palladino, was not set and ready to receive that pass.
He had a man, but Jack Boutine was going to get in there. He got in there very fast. Great, just a straight bull rush by Jack Boutine. Great play there.
Right,
he had the quick out, actually. He just didn't have the time. The receiver just didn't get there fast enough and get his head around fast enough.
And pressure on a quarterback like that is very difficult for a team, and especially as a coach to make play calls that'll prevent that pressure, because a lot of the times there's nothing that the Falcons will be able to do except for bring in another receiver as a blocker. Same formation, running back on the left side. Cook set to receive the snap in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers on each side of the field. Falcons once again using a lot of play clock. Getting it just over 1 second. And the pass completed to number 8 and brought down by A.J. Bell and Matt Salmini on top.
But Boutine gets in there again incredibly quickly, and he completely thwarted the development of that play. Jack Boutine's had a great 1st quarter so far for this team.
Flag down on the field. Ball will be spotted on the right hash. Refs talking over the penalty. Penalty on the Rams. That'll be 10 yards. Sorry. We'll be moving 15 yards down the field. Falcons will receive the 1st down. That's a big play for the Falcons. Definitely putting them in great field positioning. 16 yards away from the end zone.
I believe it was a roughing the passer there.
Almost picked off by Javi Perez.
Oh my goodness, Greg Damasco. He threw that directly to Javi Perez Soto. Cook better be thanking his lucky stars, because that should have been intercepted, and he had some green grass ahead of him. He had a lane there, and Javi's life just flashed before his eyes. Unfortunately, he just couldn't keep focus on the ball there.
Right, and great play by him. Snap Handoff given to number 8. Very shifty running back. Aaron Field once again.
As the first quarter now comes to the close, this is a situation where, in my opinion, you're going to want to go for it here and not just take the 3. I know the points would be nice, but what is that going to do for you in terms of this game, shortening the lead from 14 to 11? I think making it a one-score game is a risk you really got to take right now if you are the Falcons.
Right, and this is a crucial touchdown for the Falcons. You can see them talking it over with their coach, and they have 2 plays to do this unless they squeeze out that first down, which will give them 6 yards to score. So it's a very tough situation to be in, especially as a play caller, knowing that these next 2 plays could determine the outcome of the football game. Andrew, very nice night out here. Rams bomb squad, one of the largest we've seen.
Yeah, phenomenal showing, surprisingly. After last week's poor performance from the bomb squad with the all gray, they really showed out for the all black. So kudos to the bomb squad. Great job by them there.
Falcons offense here walking over to the repositioning of the football. A lot of nerves running through these players. They're 3-4 in the season, looking to make it a 5-0 record. The Ludlowe Falcons have Central and Ward as their next 2 opponents. New Canaan will have Ward and Darien in the Turkey Bowl. Bit of a team comparison here, Andrew. The Falcons have never won a state championship, nor have they won a conference championship. They're in the same conference and same SEAC class as the New Canaan Rams, both in Class L, both in the FSEAC East Division.
Yeah, it really shows the difference a consistent coach makes for your team. As Coach Lou Marinelli's been here for 40 years, and the Falcons coach has only been here for 5.
Hard count.
Costly penalty right there. False start.
Hard count works in the wrong team's favor. Called by the Falcons. Looks like one of their own players jumped the snap. And they'll be putting Cook back in the backfield here. Subbing off a few players.
So now they're really in a pass-only situation for the Falcons. That's really their only option right now. Whereas with the 3rd and 3, you could have run the ball.
Good route. And almost caught by number 3, Aguilera. Pass goes incomplete. Possible field goal here for Ludlowe.
This has got to be a go for it here. If I'm the Ludlowe coach, absolute must.
Right, judging from past scores, Ludlowe doesn't have the most confidence in their kicker as the Rams do, and I think a field goal this far might be unrealistic, and this might be the only option. Falcons a very strong pass offense here. Cook receives the snap, shotgun, and misthrown to a wide open number 3, Jake Aguilera.
You can't even blame Cook there. He had defenders right in his face about as quickly as you possibly can. He took the snap, dropped back, and there were 3 Rams right in his face. Obviously not a perfect throw. Not exactly what you want to see, but I can't really blame him here.
Right, and I think pressure is something that the Falcons have been working at all week, and understanding that Rams defense will get in their faces, especially watching their film from the last few games. Once again, I formation, 2 wide receivers on each side of the ball.
Likely a run.
Groff hands the ball off to number 300 Telesco, who finds a hole, breaks a few tackles, and is finally brought down at the 34-yard line. Great run and a first down for the Rams.
You know, you'd love to see Ty Groff be able to throw the ball down the field, but right now there's really absolutely no reason to be doing that. Hunter Telesco is having an incredible game right now.
Right, and when in doubt, hand the ball to Telesco, and that's something the Rams have been working at for first few games of the season. And once again, it'll be the same formation and the I formation in the backfield. Ty Groff will hand the ball off to Telesco. Looks like the Rams will just keep running the same play, but to the other side. And yards after contact there is about 7 or 8, which is remarkable, especially because that defender wrapped him up very well and stuck with him. That'll be a first down for the Rams. Ball is spotted on the 45.
This is honestly incredible to me. They are quite literally running the same play over and over again, and they keep getting first downs. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I said this once before, I'll say it again.
Swing pass to Telesco. And a big hit from the Falcons for a gain of about 1. You know, and I think the Falcons have game planned to key Telesco. And when you line up an I formation and hand the ball off, there's nothing you can really do, especially with the speed that he has. And on a swing pass, especially one like that, it might be a little easier to read for that Falcons defense. Trips right here, Telesco on the right. Once again, same formation, 2 plays in a row, but this time flipped. It'll be a handoff to the left to Telesco, and he finds open field. Telesco, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Hunter Telesco.
He has got breakaway speed, folks. You see the power, you see the quick cuts, and now you see the straight line speed. Good God. I mean, that's all I have to say. Hunter Telesco is having himself a monster game. He might get to 1,000 yards this game, Gray, for all we know. He's probably already at around 100 yards in this game. Just a phenomenal run. Wow.
Right, and Telesco
dusted the defenders.
Telesco so far this season has averaged 98 up to this game, and he's definitely a player that you could get a 200, 300-yard game out of him if the Rams give him the opportunity.
Yeah, incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Groff here to take the kick, and once again, well into the woods. Extra point is good, and once again, it'll be the second time I'm saying it. It's really going to suck for whoever's finding that football.
All right, so the Falcons now are in complete desperation mode, in my opinion. Before, at 14-0, they had their backs against the wall. 21-0, this is desperation mode. This is, we absolutely 100% have to score this drive in whatever way you can. Draw out your deepest tricks out of your sleeve. Pull out your trump card. Whatever needs to happen, you need to score this drive, or else this game is probably gonna get ugly quick.
And Hunter Telesco, 134 yards already on the night on 11 carries.
That is a ridiculous average, well above 10 yards per carry.
Right, and that he's on track to break his own record for this game, which is something that'll be very special if the Rams continue to hand him the ball. Boot by Ty Groff, once again far down, picked up at around the 5. That'll be number 8 once again, Aaron Field. Finds open field and taken down by 2 New Canaan Rams at about the 26.
That's a solid return by Field, who's having a good game himself. Unfortunately, it hasn't really helped on the scoreboard, but he should be proud of how he's playing so far.
And this Rams defense takes the field. Very excited to see what they have in store. 7 of these points I'd really call defensive points, as they just gave great field positioning for a few 1-yard runs with that jumbo set. So I'd call 14 of these points from the Rams the offense's product, and 7 of them the defense's, and being able to recover that bad snap, and make something out of it. Cook in the backfield, drops pass. Finds the open receiver, Aguilera.
They tried that little jailbreak mesh screen again, and it got a couple yards, but Matt Salmini was ready. Great play by Matt Salmini right there. Just staying in his zone and making the tackle. Routine tackle for Matt Salmini, who had, correct me if I'm wrong, 19 tackles last week against St. Joe's. That is unheard of,
really,
especially in a high school game. That is absolutely ridiculous.
2nd and 4, trips left, running back on the right side. And it'll be a handoff up the middle Field breaks one tackle and is finally brought down for a gain of 2.
Here's a question I have for you, Gray. Say the Falcons pass here or run it, and they either throw an incompletion or get stuffed. You got to go for it, right?
Right, and especially with this yardage. I mean, it's 3rd and 1, and you can expect a handoff right up the middle. And the Falcons are a very strong passing team, as we've seen today, and they've made more pass completions and more passing plays than the Rams have. And I think they just need to capitalize off their run game a little more and make something out of these big plays. Pass back once again and hit hard.
Oh, my
Pass
goodness.
Just overthrown to a wide open wide receiver, number 3, Aguilera, once again. Finding
That's a
that open
touchdown,
field.
Gray. That is a touchdown. But thankfully, Coach Silvestri knows this. He's willing to take risks because of the reason why he blitzed. He's going to get pressure immediately. So he sent the hounds, and he knew he was taking a risk there, leaving Michael Smith one-on-one in coverage, who normally doesn't play cornerback, as the Falcons go for it here.
Aaron Field set to receive a direct snap. Hard count, and a Rams outside linebacker jumps offside.
I believe that's Jack Butine. Tough mistake by Butine, but to be fair, it was 4th and 1. He probably wanted to get a step there, as he's now subbed out. Worst feeling in the world as a player, making a mistake and then getting subbed out. You never want that to happen.
Right, Falcons back where they want to be on this field positioning here. Running back to the left to Cook this time, trips left. Charlie O'Connor blitzes around the left side, creates pressure, passes thrown, and caught. That'll be number 3, Jake Aguilera, once again on that right side. Great route running by him.
Quarterback Jackson Cook really has not played a bad game at all thus far. He's had a couple errant throws, but he's making all the right decisions, so he should be proud of his performance so far.
Right, and he's been very disciplined. He hasn't thrown an interception yet, and being able to find that open receiver is something he values. Deep ball, thrown and nearly caught over the back of Griffin Gettner there. Once again, the Falcons demonstrating their passing skills.
Yeah, that was good coverage by Gettner, but if the Falcons are able to reel that in, that's a SportsCenter top 10 play right there. He nearly caught that on the back of Griffin Gettner. Incredible effort, but just perfect coverage by Griffin Gettner, per usual for Gettner.
3rd down, the Falcons relying heavily on Aguilera with this drive. Looks to be fatigued on that right side. Falcons running back. Lined up on the right side, a quarterback, Jackson Cook. Snap to Cook in the shotgun, drops back, pass pressure by number 33, Owen Lydon, and brought in with one hand by Aaron Field for the amazing catch, but then taken down by number 2, A.J. Bell.
Yeah, interesting play call there. The linebackers were simply not fooled. Again, you got to go for it here, though. If you're the Falcons, I feel like the Falcons might have known that going into that play, because that's definitely an interesting play call to call on a 3rd and 6.
And Falcons able to make something out of that pressure there, finding an open guy. 2 wide receivers on each side. Cook drops back and finds the open receiver down the middle of the field for a great gain of about 18 yards. That'll be to number 8, Aaron Field, once again demonstrating his ability to run and catch the ball.
Yeah, that is a really, really solid throw. In the face of pressure, too, by Jackson Cook, and to who else? Aaron Field, who's had an incredible game so far.
And Jake Aguilera, too, had really carried the beginning of that drive and made a few plays and almost made a few other if that ball was thrown just a little closer. Once again, same formation here used by the Falcons. Motion coming across, Ryan Ferris to the right side. Number 9, Jackson Cook making the throw on the run and bounces off the hands of number 10, Michael Palladino.
Another good play by Cook there, going through his progressions, rolling out, and just finding the open receiver. Perfect throw, too. You got to reel that one in there if you're the Ludlowe receiver.
Jackson Cook can really throw the football, especially with the pressure that the Rams have been able to put on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
See here in the replay, Cook drops back, is able to make that throw with pressure on him. It just bounces off the hands of the wide receiver. Cook takes the snap, hands it off, and a breakout run by number 8, Aaron Field, once again demonstrating his great ability to take yards after contact.
Yeah, Field is a dynamic runner, and he's great with those jump cuts and those 1-2 cuts. He's consistently been making great plays like that throughout this entire game.
Rams defense here, lining up. This will be a big play for them. Looking to shut out the Falcons at halftime with 6 minutes left to go. Snap to Cook, drops back once again, the only one in the backfield. And pass incomplete attempted to number 10, Michael Palladino, looking to get him in the play.
Unclear of who he was trying to throw it to there. But not a terrible decision. That could have been a throwaway, honestly, by Cook. But just great coverage. That's just lockdown coverage by the Rams defense. There's nothing you can do about that if you're the Falcons.
Right, and once again, the Falcons looking puzzled here. Trying to come up with a play clock. Trying to beat the play clock. They've cut it close a few times. 15 seconds. Cook in the backfield once again. Receives the snap. Big blitz by New Canaan. And pass incomplete. And you can tell that's something that the Rams have game planned for. You see Javi coming in with the fake blitz and then backing off and looking for that wide receiver who's looking to catch that short route.
Yeah, and the Rams are just catching on. These guys are all super smart players. They're gritty, tough, and smart. That's how the Coach Marinelli develops these players, and they're starting to pick up on when these screens are coming. As you see, Javi backs up when he sees the screen is developing. So just great play by Javi Perez Soto there to really disrupt the pass.
And exactly why he almost had a pick early in the game. Ball back to Cook here. And a handoff, great read option by the quarterback by number 8, Aaron Field, who was able to make still up.
And does he get the first? That's the question. It looks like the refs are going to give him the spot. Miraculously, no, it's going to be 4th and inches here for Ludlowe. Probably going to be a run up the middle.
And we might see a direct snap here to Aaron Field. Once again, we just see no matter when he makes contact, he's going to gain an extra 4 to 10 yards. And that's something that the Rams have really been great in the past at shutting down. And I think with maybe injuries or just failure to wrap up, it's been something that the Falcons have really used to their advantage.
Absolutely, Gray.
It'll be direct snap here to Palladino, who's going to run up the middle. Jumps over.
And he got it.
He will get the first down.
It's tough in a high school football setting to make the stop there. In a 4th and inches situation, if you just throw all your biggest guys down on the line and give your best athlete the ball, 99 times out of 100, he's going to get the ball. As you see, he really just powers his way right through the middle of the field. And if I'm the Ludlowe head coach here, I am being very aware of the clock. I want to drain as much clock as possible so that I don't give the Rams the chance to score.
Right, and you don't want the Rams. Ball caught. That'll be it'll either be Ryan Ferris or Jake Aguilera with the reception. Looks like it'll be Ferris. A great play by him, picking up 5 yards, 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6, very close to the goal line. Falcons in the red zone. It'll be trips left. Cook here once again, and it'll be a handoff. And Aaron Field brought down at about the 1, reaching in.
I think he moves the sticks there, though. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 1.
And you can just see here that handoff, and after that first contact, how many extra yards he's able to gain.
He's phenomenal. He's absolutely been phenomenal so far, moving his way through contact.
Falcons version of the jumbo set. The play that got them the 4th and inches first down. And it'll be taken down. No touchdown for the Falcons here. You see number 2, A.J. Bell, diving over the top
great play
to make that stop.
Well, Gray, I guess that's the 1 out of 100. Hopefully they don't run that again and get stopped, or else my theory will be proven wrong. But just a great play, like you said, by A.J. Bell. Just jumping over and stopping Field before he can dive in. If I'm Field, though, I'm just putting my head down and running. No need for the Superman dive, which is the move that guys like Saquon Barkley do in the NFL.
Field will find a hole, and he'll be in for the touchdown. Touchdown.
I'm really impressed with what the Falcons were able to do there this drive. Pretty much their entire source of life was sucked out of them there. Really just going down 21-0 in a game, it's never good. And for them to have the ability to get the ball deep in their own territory and engineer a fantastic 2nd quarter drive is really impressive. It's something that's very impressive, and that's something that the Falcons, win or loss, should hang their hat on moving forward into next week.
Kick booted once again by Tigeroff. Rams defense or kickoff team, coached by Coach Silvestri, making sure he has the right number of players here. And Andrew, what's something that you think the Falcons need to do to get back into this game? Because right now it's a 2-touchdown game. It really could be anybody's game as long as that Falcons defense steps up.
Yeah, so that's what exactly like you're saying. The Falcons defense needs to step up. The Falcons offense has actually not been bad at all in this first half. They've moved the ball pretty well. They nearly scored a second time the drive before this. They drove all the way down the field and were kind of just stopped right near the goal line on a 4th down and goal. It's the Falcons defense that has so far really struggled. And it's not like the Rams are running anything super complicated. It's quite literally just runs up the middle to Hunter Telesco.
And kick is up and away, and that'll be a touchback. Brendan Hagan back to receive the kick. Falcons with great offense so far in the passing game. Looks like they've picked up a bit with Aaron Field in the running game, and yards after contact has been great for them. This will be the Rams offense. Former quarterback Alex Russi checks in a wide receiver. Tigeroff, once again, the I formation. Handoff to Thomas Garcia, the junior. Not able to make any yards out of that play.
Not sure why they don't have Telesco in right now. With all due respect to Thomas, Thomas is actually a great player, but why not ride the hot hand here? Telesco has been nothing short of unstoppable so far, and this game is not over, so interesting decision there.
Right, and over 130 yards. I think the Rams might just be giving Telesco a rest, especially with 2 minutes before the end of the half. You know, he's a guy with a lot of endurance, but it's something you want to capitalize off of. And Tigeroff runs the ball, finds a gap, breaks 3 tackles, and is brought down for the 1st down and more.
Great run by Ty Groff, phenomenal. He's always been a mobile quarterback, and that's something people really haven't considered usually about him, but he's very mobile.
Trips left. And pass completed to number 18, William Langford. 5-yard gain. That's that out route that we saw earlier from the Falcons with number 2, Ryan Ferris. Once again, one of your players to watch, Will Langford, making his first reception of the game there. That Ty and Langford connection is very strong. Trips left here for the Rams. Ty Groff in the backfield. Fake handoff. Once again, looks for William Langford, who will have enough for the first down and a few more. That is a great connection by the two with the same play twice in a row.
Yeah, he actually had Alex Russi too, but good route by all the receivers, really. And Will Langford, he's very technical with his routes. He loves to run them the right way, and he did it to a T there.
Hand off to number 42, Thomas Garcia. Breaks a few tackles.
Great play by Thomas Garcia to just put his head down and go.
And that's the kind of player Thomas Garcia is. He'll just put his head down and run, and especially for a great gain there of about 4 yards, that's exactly what the Rams were looking for. Take some gas off the pedal for Hunter Telesco and get some other guys some yards. Diving pass incomplete to number 17, Cooper Smith.
Interesting decision there, though, to run the ball. I understand you have 3 timeouts. But unless you're extremely confident that your play is going to get you 10-plus yards, it just doesn't make sense to run the ball.
Third down scenario here. Trips right. Single running back in the backfield. Rams are waiting a play call. Thomas Garcia lined up to the right of Ty Groff. Groff receives the snap and shotgun. Out on the right side, leaves the pocket, and pass is just
caught.
Complete to William Langford with the great reception. Once again, Langford having himself a drive here. 3 receptions.
Like I mentioned in my pregame players to watch, Groff loves throwing to Langford, and that's been clear on this 2-minute drive.
Groff in the backfield here. Trips left. Fake handoff to Thomas Garcia and finds sophomore Alex Russi for the gain of about 9. They will give them the first down. Rams with the first down. Great field positioning. 58 seconds left in the half. Next few plays are big for this hurry-up offense. Ty Groff receives the snap and shotgun. Handoff to Thomas Garcia to the right side. Finds an open lane. Great run. Thomas is still up, brought down at the 3-yard line.
That's a really good run by Thomas Garcia. And really good blocking, too, by the Rams.
Timeout called by Coach Marinelli. And here's something to talk about for Thomas Garcia, a player that came back, missed last year's football and lacrosse seasons due to an ACL injury, and he's able to come into a game and make a play like this. Yeah,
phenomenal. He's worked really hard. I've talked about him lovingly in other games as well. He's a super hard worker, and he had a pretty nasty knee injury. I remember the exact day it happened. We were scrimmaging against Stepanak in a JV game. We had a JV game against Stepanak, and we got our butts kicked. They crushed us, and Thomas got hurt really right at the start of the game, and I didn't really think anything of it as a player. I was kind of just focused on trying to do my best. And when the game ended, I said, you should at least stand up and cheer on your teammates, because he was sitting, and he said, I can't move my leg. And that's when I knew something was very seriously wrong with him. But he's worked incredibly hard since that injury, and he's back, clearly. Great run by him.
Rams in the jumbo set, giving James Towers a go. And he will be in for the touchdown. Touchdown, New Canaan Rams. Sorry, that'll be James McInerney.
Great play by McInerney. It doesn't look like McInerney has seen the field all too much this game, largely because it's senior night, but he's prior to this game, he was the Rams' leading receiver. And just a quality play by him, and a smart play too by extending that ball and getting it over the goal line.
Back here with Ty Groff. Kick is up, and it's good. And one thing we spoke to some New Canaan fans about before the game is get McInerney some more touches. And he's a freshman, but he's a great player. And who knows where he'll be in 3 years. And if he continues on this path, he could rival New Canaan's all-time receiving yard leaders and reception leaders and touchdown leaders. He's a great player. And just the IQ there to reach the ball over the goal line and not give it up out of your hands is an amazing play by him, and something, you know, that creates a lot more field time for a player like that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's not many guys that are ready to play varsity football as freshmen, and he's one of those guys who's not only just been on the team. I remember Max Alert played varsity football. It's a once in a really good player type of thing. Once every 3 to 4 years, you'll have an incredible player that's simply just too good for the freshman team. And just like Max Alert, James McInerney was just too good to stay on the freshman team.
Ball put deep, and it'll be a touchback. Kick by Ty Groff. Great kick by him once again. And it's remarkable. And you can see a player like Ty Groff, he'll throw his touchdown, kick an extra point, and then have the kickoff be a touchback. And plays like that, just in past games especially, with those reception touchdowns, have just been remarkable.
Yeah, he's truly a triple threat with the kicking, the punting, and of course the throwing. He's done a great job, and maybe a quadruple threat if you consider the running with the legs too. A great first half by Ty, and a phenomenal job by these Rams just getting back on track after last week's a rough performance, to say the least, against St. Joe's. Great job by them to bounce back.
Screen pass to number 2. Bounces outside, finds some space.
That's Ryan Ferris.
Ferris will be short of the first down. And here's something interesting. Andrew, you can see that New Canaan student section has completely cleared before halftime.
Yeah, it's tough. I think they smelled the blood in the water, to tell you the truth. I think they knew that this game was likely going to start to get out of hand quick, and I guess they got better things to do, unfortunately, Gray. But we will be here for all 4 quarters,
yes, we will,
commentating and broadcasting this game, none to worry.
Cook drops back, finds Ryan Ferris for an amazing play. And I'm not sure if that was intentional, but that was a play that Cook made. And just once again, that same route of dropping back and hitting the short ball, you could see those Rams defensive linemen looking out for, able to make a play just barely and really make something out of it for that first down.
This does not make any sense to me. You throw the ball, but when the clock starts running, you don't call the timeout. And now they do, finally, with 11.4 seconds remaining. As you see the replay of the incredible catch here, doesn't make all too much sense.
11 seconds left on the play clock here. Game time is definitely running out here for the Falcons to make the comeback. Rams defense just looking to make sure they don't give up a deep ball or a fluke route or a big run, and I think the Falcons will be looking for possibly a go or a fade or something that can get them towards the end zone. A place the Rams have been in. Short time, a lot of room in the field.
Yeah, no clue what the Falcons are going to try and do here. Unfortunately, I doubt Cook can get this ball 60 yards.
And a short ball opted instead of the Hail Mary. That'll be Field taken down. Great recognition by Andrew Nolan.
Another timeout here by the Falcons.
Timeout by the Falcons. They'll have time for one more play here. 3.8 seconds left on the clock. A very long 30 seconds. Once again, bringing it back to that great play and great recognition by Ryan Ferris to give the Falcons that first down in field positioning. Without that play, the Falcons would have turned the ball over or opted to punt by now.
Congratulations on your 40th reunion this weekend. Welcome home. Hope you're having a good time.
Anticipation builds as there are 3.8 seconds left on the play clock. Second down here, but that will not matter as the Falcons will only have time for one more play. Looks like it'll be the same formation. Quads to the right. 3 wide receivers expected to run deep routes. Looking for the Hail Mary as you see 5 Rams players beyond the 10-yard line. Ball gets up. Pass from Cook and batted down. Intercepted by number 20, Andrew Nolan. Finds a lane and gets out of bounds for the end of the half. Great play by Andrew Nolan.
Great play there by Andrew Nolan. Wow. One of my players to watch. Good interception. Unfortunately, he couldn't make much of it with the return, but great play there.
That is the first half for the New Canaan Rams versus the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons. We are going to break now, and we will back. We're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Danielle, for more on that first half.
Thanks, guys. The Rams have definitely had a much better game than they did last week versus St. Joe's, but not exactly in the passing. Yes, the Rams are super good in their run game today, especially with Hunter Telesco, who has 134 yards, averaging 12.2 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns, one of which was on a 54-yard run. The other 2 touchdowns from New Canaan came from Cooper Smith and James McInerney. The Rams lead the half 28-7. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Danielle. That'll be the first half of this Friday night football game. Here we are signing off for the second half. We'll get back to you before the start of the second.
Junior Brooke Atkinson. Sophomore Cameron Schneeberger. Junior Izzy Kramer. Sophomore Karen Tang. Freshman Isabel Kelly. Freshman Savannah Delaney. Junior Ann Kornlindergott. And junior Claudia Garcia. Head coach is Nyasha Watkin. And the assistant coach is Donna Watkin. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome the 2022 New Canaan cheerleaders.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club, Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Family Dentistry. the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. We would like to thank our platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni, Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, who have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist with all of your automotive needs. We would like to thank our platinum sponsor, Walter Storts. Walter Storts Market has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Storts is your fresh local market. We would like to thank our gold sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commissioned residential and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal and constructed with intention and integrity. We'd like to thank our gold sponsor, Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Well, Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Thank you to our gold sponsor, Performance Optimal Health, who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2022-2023 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. We would like to thank our gold sponsor, Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics.
Welcome back, guys. This is Gray Tomasco and Andrew Rittenberry back to you with the second half here at Dunning Stadium. We are both very excited for this second half. And for more on that, Andrew, what are you liking?
Yeah, Gray. I like a lot of things about what the Rams showed this first half. First off, and pretty obvious, is that this has happened pretty much every game except the loss. The defense has been fantastic, only giving up 7 points. They've really adopted the bend but don't break approach in the first half, which they usually didn't do. Fairfield Ludlowe kind of moved the ball on them. They had a couple of productive drives, but the Rams overall only held them to 7 points. That's a great performance for them. Another thing I love, the offensive line play and, of course, the running play. They really ran the ball. They ran about the same play to the outside, just a nice outside handoff to Hunter Telesco. They ran that about 10 times. It worked all 10 times. Hunter Telesco had a ridiculous first half, which I believe he had 134 rushing yards, which is incredible. The only negative I have is, again, the lack of the passing game, which I think actually was a major thorn in the heel of the Rams last week against St. Joe's, because throughout the Norwalk game and the Bridgeport Central game, they ran the ball just like this. They ran the ball incredibly well, and then in the game against St. Joe's, when they had to actually start passing, they were completely unprepared. So I'd really like to see the Rams start to throw the ball more now.
Right, and I think that's something that they almost started to do, and I thought we would see a drive with a deep ball. You know, they had 3 in a row with William Langford, and that's a wide receiver who we were watching out for before the game. He is a great player, and having Ty as his quarterback and that connection that they have is crucial for this New Canaan offense. And to be able to create opportunities downfield for the Rams is something they're definitely going to need in this postseason. And running the ball with Telesco and relying on one player is something that's gotten them this far into the season. But say there's an injury, or say Telesco's very fatigued late in the game, he might not be able to perform a 200-yard game or a 100-yard second-half performance, which is really what the Rams need to win big games.
Yeah, exactly. And when I did my broadcast for the Bridgeport Central game and when I did my broadcast for the Norwalk game, throughout the second half of these games, I was screaming from the rooftops, I want to see some balls downfield. I want to see some aggression, because you never know when you're going to need to throw the ball downfield. And that's something that the Rams absolutely need to start doing. They need to start throwing the ball downfield so that in the Turkey Bowl, if it's a close game and they need to throw the ball downfield, or if they're playing from behind in a game, which they haven't had to do at all in this game, they can't come unprepared.
Right, and the Rams taking their time entering the field here. Here come the New Canaan Rams. Falcons have already made their appearance. Game will start once both teams have made it to their sidelines and teams line up for the second half kickoff. Andrew, do you think there's going to be a lot more seniors getting in this game?
Yeah, absolutely. One guy I definitely have my eyes on in the second half is Charlie Chisholm. Charlie Chisholm has been very, he's been a guy that's dealt with a lot of adversity throughout his career. He's missed multiple games this season, but he's continued to fight, and that's something that everyone labels Charlie Chisholm as, a fighter. And he's a very good football player too, especially at that tight end position. So look for him to get snaps, and let's hope he does well.
And now for some game scores around the league we'll have for you. Fairfield Ward 0, Wilton 14. Trumbull 7, Ridgefield 7. Fairfield Prep beating Notre Dame West Haven 14-7. Darien down 42-0 against Norwalk. Sorry, Darien is winning 42-0 against Norwalk. Our bad. Surprised us both there, Andrew.
My heart dropped for a second. I was shocked, especially given the fact that the Rams destroyed the Norwalk Bears. That would have been a shock to see the Norwalk Bears up 42-0.
Right, and we apologize for that heart attack. It may have gave anyone watching who's interested in some around the score leagues. Kickoff here by number 4, McNeil. High kick for him to the right. Caught by Griffin Gettner.
He's got a lane.
And he's got room to work. And brought down by number 7, Jack Nagy, the junior.
Yeah, he had a lane there, but good job by Fairfield Ludlowe just crashing on him as quick as they could, shutting that down before he could find some space, because Griffin Gettner is a dangerous man when he gets a little space to work.
Right, and especially Griffin Gettner, his punt return abilities, and that translates directly to the kick return. And Gettner holds 3 top 20 record punts in New Canaan history for punt returns. It's a little interesting fact.
That's I did not know that, Greg. That's a very interesting stat, but not surprising because he's just been so good this year returning the punts.
Right. Thomas Garcia, the running back, checked in for Telesco on the right side here. 2 wide receivers on each side. Ty Groff goes for the hard count.
Unfortunately, I don't think the Rams are going to give Hunter Telesco a shot to break this record. I think they let him do his work in the first half, and they let him show out on senior night, but now they want to give Garcia some reps.
And handoff to Garcia, stopped at about 2 to 3 yards by 2 linebackers. That'll be number 55, Jack Ransom with the tackle. Now, how do you think a change in running backs is going to contribute to the defensive game plan here?
I mean, I think that Ludlowe, as good as Thomas Garcia is, should be thanking their lucky stars. Hunter Telesco is out of this game because that man was torching the entire defense.
And pass attempted to Will Langford, screen pass. Great throw by Ty Groff getting it to the outside, but I think those cornerbacks were ready for that play and read that well.
And the thing was, like I mentioned, it's not like the Rams were running different plays. They were quite literally running the same play with Hunter Telesco every time. And the Falcons could not stop him.
Hard count here for the Rams. Rams looking to get 5 yards for free. 3rd and 5 scenario would have worked well. Running back, switches to the left, trips left. Ty Groff takes the snap at shotgun, fake handoff, drops back, and Ty Groff will run the football. And unnecessarily hit by number 8,
that wasn't a flag.
Aaron Field. And Andrew, I think in a closer game, that's a flag that's going to be thrown. I think the score might have had something to do with that play call.
In another case of Groff using his legs to his advantage. He's a great athlete, 3-sport varsity athlete. That's something he definitely prides himself in, being able to scramble outside the pocket when he has to.
3 Rams wide receivers to the left side. Only 2 defensive players covering the 3. Running back Thomas Garcia switches to the left side of Groff. Groff once again in shotgun. Groff takes the direct snap, runs up the middle, finds a gap, taken down by number 10, Michael Palladino. Gain of 6.
Interesting play call there. I think that's a play that was probably specific to this game. I don't think that's a play that would be run against a St. Joe's or a Greenwich or, I don't know, a Darien, because they're going to have stronger defensive lines and linebackers than the Falcons do.
High formation here. Handoff to the left with Thomas Garcia. Finds the hole and fights his way to the first down. Great play by Thomas.
Yeah, like you mentioned, he's definitely a fighter. He knows how to churn his way for quality yards.
Andrew, something I'd like to see a lot more, as you spoke about at halftime, is getting the ball to some of these wide receivers. You have great guys. You have McInerney, Langford, and Smith on that right side. 3 non-senior players on this offense who are well capable of catching the football.
Yeah, and that's something us NCTV broadcasters have really been questioning throughout the season, because going into this game, as Groff takes the snap.
Direct snap to Groff. Groff keeps it.
Good read option there by Groff. Like I was saying, though, going into this game, this stat seems almost unbelievable. It's so crazy. Through 7 games, not a single receiver on the Rams offense had over 100 yards through 7 games. The leader was James McInerney, the freshman, with 91 receiving yards. That's not something you ever want to see, no matter how good your running game is, unless you're like Army, who runs the jumbo every single play.
Handoff here to a Rams player. Trips right. Andrew, what do you think the Falcons are thinking right now? They just came off of a tough first half, and I think their coach at the halftime was really trying to give them an opportunity to get back into this game.
I think the Fairfield Ludlowe coach was probably just more looking for positives to reflect on throughout this game, because going into this game, the Falcons probably, you never want to admit this, but they probably knew they were outmanned going into this game. And they fought. They did not play a bad first half. So no need to look at the scoreboard. This is something that coaches love to do. They love to say, whether you're up big or down big, pretend like it's 0-0. The score is 0-0 for the second half. That's something Coach Marinelli told the team all of last year too when I was a member of the team. No matter how much we were up, he would always say, pretend like the score is 0-0.
And Ty Groff makes a great run for the first down there. Thomas Garcia checks in for the sophomore running back, Hudson Kenny. Hard count once again attempted by the Rams. Ty Groff looking for the new play call. Trips right once again. Ball spotted at the right hash. Thomas Garcia flips to the right side of Groff. Groff takes the snap. Rolls out to his right, and pass completed to Mike Smith with a big hit from a Ludlowe.
Ty Groff hits Michael Smith.
Good catch, though, by Michael Smith, and way to hang on to that ball through the hit. Great play there by Smith.
Great play by him, young player. All three of those receivers, trips left, will be returning next year. Groff takes the snap. And throw almost complete to Mike Smith.
Yeah, unfortunately for Groff there, I would consider that a hospital pass. High throw, a little bit behind Smith, and the defender just came crashing down there. That's a tough throw to make. You can't blame either party there.
Groff once again goes for the hard count. These Rams are really looking to get that extra 5 yards on a 3rd and 5. Not their first time doing it this game. Trips left. Wide receivers moving into a tighter spot. Running back lined up to the right side of Groff. Groff takes the snap. Open in the backfield. And the drop football. Pass attempted to number 27, Michael Smith. Attempted for the last 3 receptions of the drive.
Yeah, and let's see how... It looks like they're going for the field goal here. Yep, Groff is calling for the tee.
4th down 5.
And this is something the Rams have been able to do with their confidence in Groff as a kicker. And Groff has hit field goals this season that are further away from this distance. This will be a 42-yard attack.
Gray. That's a luxury that most high school football teams in the area and in the country really simply don't have. The ability to get stopped around the 30 and say, yeah, we want to kick. It sails wide left. Tough break for Groff.
Off to the left.
And that might be frustrating, for Ty. He has expectations of himself to hit kicks like that, but right now in a game like this, and his performance has been well so far at the quarterback, punting and kickoff positions, that he really has nothing to worry about.
Yeah, it's just frustrating for Ty because I know Ty's trying his hardest to pick up as many offers as he possibly can for this Rams team. And he wants to play college ball, and that's something that he needs to keep up. He needs to keep hitting his kicks. So as the Falcons are in aces formation, motion to trips.
And batted, taken down there was number 3, Jake Aguilera. once again getting in the game.
For the Rams on that completed pass. Play gets 8-yard lines.
Now it looks like the Falcons will be lining up in an I formation here.
Second down 2 at the 28.
Correction, running back will be on the right side of Cook. It'll be Aaron Field. Deuces on both sides of the ball. One free safety for the Rams.
The Falcons have a good chance here this drive to make something happen, and a 2-score game is not bad. Great tackle by Matt Salmini.
And once again, Jake Aguilera making those short gains, and on that slant route, wide open in the middle there.
Yeah, good play call there just to move the chains. And that's something that Ludlowe is going to want to keep doing. They don't see it. Outside of that one overthrow by Cook, they really haven't had anything available for them downfield. They've kind of had to stick with these mesh routes and these quick out routes. But they're moving the chains, and that's what they need to do.
Same formation for the Falcons. Cook drops back. Deep ball thrown and complete to number 2, Ryan Ferris.
Yeah, again, it just breaks my heart to see this because this is 100% a play Walker Blair makes if he's healthy. But he's only able to use one hand, so it's definitely tough for Walker Blair.
And that's frustrating for such a great player like Blair. And at the beginning of the season, he was such an amazing asset to this Rams defense, and it's really frustrating, especially with one arm. You know he's batting down that ball or tackling the player before he's catching the football 9 times out of 10 in a regular game. Pass completed to number 8, brought down, almost wrapped up by Andrew Nolan, finished off by A.J. Bell.
Yeah,
Aaron
I'm really
Field with the game.
impressed with this drive. Really impressed with this drive. By Ludlowe. They're moving the ball very well to start the second half, and just quality plays as well.
Play gets a couple.
Ludlowe here figuring out their offensive formations. Arguing for a player to get off the field. They'll have 11. Trips right. 2 wide receivers lined up to the right.
Wow, they're about to get a delay game. That's brutal. And timeout.
And that's a great timeout by the coach there. Play clock dwindling. You can tell Ludlowe might have had some issues in practice figuring out play clocks and formations and who might be in on the field. With 25 seconds on the play clock, that did not give Ludlowe enough time to set up, and that really hurts a team because you can't afford a timeout, especially in a game like this if you want to get back into it this early.
A big thank you goes to the best scoreboard operator in the league, Tony Kuczynski.
Especially when you are playing from behind, like you said, Greg. Those timeouts are incredibly important. That's something you really, really, really want to value. And having it because of likely, it seemed to me like a substitution error. That's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow.
Same formation. Cook takes the ball to the right. Great throw on the run. And a great move by Aguilera. Brought down by a Ram. That'll be enough for the first down. The Falcons will be in the opposition's 35. Right hash mark. And those are the kind of breakaway plays that the Falcons have been having in this game. And if they continue to have them, they might have an opportunity to get back into this game and make it a 2-score game, which is anybody's game.
Absolutely.
Rams defense set here. Cook hands the ball off to the right. That'll be Field with the run. Brought down, gain of 7.
However, this third quarter is definitely moving by quicker than the first half did. They need a touchdown. They need a touchdown right here and right now. And then they need to stop, really. They don't have too much room for error if they plan on getting fully back into this game. But a touchdown would definitely go a long way to doing that.
Once again, cramming 2 wide receivers on the right side of the field. Same formation this entire drive. Cook ball batted down by Owen Lyden, it seems.
Yeah, Owen Lyden, when I was a part of the team, was one of the most intelligent players on the entire team. And I don't even, I'm not even just saying that to say that. This kid knew the plays inside and out. He knew all of the defensive plays. He knew what every single position had to do. And on top of that, he knew the offensive plays. He doesn't even play offense, Gray. He's an incredibly intelligent player. And I think outside linebackers coach Jason Miska noticed that, and he's really started to play a whole lot more as this season has gone on, and rightfully so.
Well spoken. Drops back. Cook. Great throw. Finds a wide receiver. Ryan Ferris for the Falcons touchdown. And that's exactly what the Falcons were looking for.
Yeah.
Getting back on the board, having a quarterback like Jackson Cook who can make those throws, emulating Patrick Mahomes on the run right into the pocket.
Yeah, and that it's not like even that was bad coverage by, I believe, number 20, Andrew Nolan there. That was not bad coverage by Nolan. He was a little bit behind Ferris, but just an incredible throw and good awareness by Ferris to just get open here. As you see, just a dime by Cook.
McNeil on the kick. Looking to make this a 2-score football game. Ball is back, and kick is nearly blocked by Javi Perez Soto. And it is well good.
I think it's time to start thinking if you want to see Hunter Telesco back in there. He's got his helmet on right now, so it's interesting to see if they'll continue to keep him out. Not that Thomas Garcia has played bad at all. He has actually done quite a good job in manning this Rams run game. He will definitely be a star for that team next year. And I predict he'll be a captain for them next year as well.
Exactly. Brendan Hagan back to return this kick. Rams not anticipating that much of a deep ball. Ludlowe kicker will take this kick from the right hash. More comfortable positioning. Taking his steps. The kick is up and away. Right side, right to Brendan Hagan. Has time, has room, makes one move upfield. Great return. He breaks past the 30 to the 35, still up in the air.
This is coming back, unfortunately. Certainly will be coming back.
Brendan Hagan with the return as a flag.
And a great kick, as you can see here, high and away. Brendan Hagan able to make something out of it with a quick acceleration. Going to be holding on the receiving team.
Indicates there's a holding penalty against the Rams.
Ball will be spotted.
I think that's on Andrew Nolan. Yeah, he's obviously frustrated with himself on the sideline, punching himself in the head. That's a mistake that Nolan definitely knows he wants back, but he shouldn't hang his head on that. He's had a very good game thus far with the interception as well, his first of the season.
Deuces formation, I formation in the backfield here. Once again, the sophomore Kenny takes the handoff to the right side. Ludlowe players trying to release the ball from his grip, but way to hold on to it, and a gain of 6.
Yeah, they're kind of running with the three-headed monster right now at running back with Kenny, Garcia, and then, of course, Telesco, the player of the game, probably, even though he hasn't even played in the second half. And Kenny, great run there by Kenny, and great push by the offensive line.
A direct snap right to Gruff, showcasing his running ability. A very strong gain of about 8 yards. And that really showcases Ty Groff's running ability. And we've seen that before, and we know he's a running quarterback. And being able to take a direct snap and hit that The B or C gap on the left side of the field is a very strong attribute of his.
Yeah, certainly impressive. And the Rams should be in no rush. Great play design, wow.
Bootlegs. Pass to Michael Smith, completed for the first down. Great play call.
That is a very, very well-designed play by offensive coordinator Dan Farina. One of the best he's drawn up this game. He's continued to run that outside run. And so, of course, when Groff went for that handoff, the Falcons were expecting it. Great pull there by Groff. Great play-action play.
Rams looking for the play call here. Running back lined up to the right of Groff. Trips to the left side of the field. Ball spotted on the right ash. Snap, fake handoff, and taken by Groff once again. Great gain by him.
Groff honestly might have more rushing yards than passing yards this game. But he's a dual threat guy. He's definitely a dual threat guy that's done a great job with both this game. He's been incredibly safe with the ball. Last week, he was definitely frustrated with his 3 interceptions. And this week, he's protected the ball well, both in the passing and rushing game. So kudos to him.
Rams once again looking for a hard count. Running back will line up in I formation. Trips to the right side of the field. Ball snapped, handed off to Kenny on the left side. Tries to work around and does not find the gap. He is tackled for a loss of 3.
So as we trickle into the fourth quarter, this could start to get interesting, honestly. So now the Rams are going from a 2nd and 4 to a 3rd and 9, Gray. That's not something that's not exactly a comfortable 3rd down and 9. It's definitely not a comfortable 3rd down and 9. And so now they're going to be forced to pass. And if they don't get it, Ludlowe now has the ball with nearly the entire fourth quarter to get a score.
This is a very great situation that the Rams are in. End of the fourth quarter, up by 2 scores. Have a lot to work with here. Falcons with a bit of confidence after that first touchdown. Definitely not out of this game. 12 minutes left, and we've seen in that first half how many points can be scored in such a short amount of time. And I think just that demonstration alone shows us that this game's not over for either team.
No, absolutely not. It's certainly not over. But this could very well be a down that the Rams could run the ball. Normally, I definitely wouldn't say that about any other team, but the Rams have shown that they're not afraid to run the ball on any down or any distance. So let's see what they do here with Garcia now back in at the running back position.
Rams once again with this deuces I formation. Error by the chain gang.
3rd down 9 for the Rams from the 43-yard line.
Chain's moving the wrong way.
Officials timeout here while we reset the chain.
That'll be an officials timeout as they reset the chains. Rams eager to get the ball going. I'm excited to see if they use that open field. Ball spotted on the left hash to hit some of those wide receivers. You got Will Langford and Mike Smith, 2 of the favorite targets of this game. And then on the left side of the ball, you have McInerney and Smith, both with touchdowns. Garcia behind Groff here. Groff takes the snap. Fake handoff to Garcia. Groff rolls around the right side and makes a great pass to McInerney for the first down and more.
That's just Ty Groff being a gamer, Gray. I mean, a really good fake, first of all. Holding out that bare hand while keeping his right hand tucked. So great job first with the fake, and then the rollout, and then the dime to, I believe that was McInerney, you said?
Just to reiterate, a freshman. Ball snap, handed off to Garcia. Finds the A-gap. Gain of about 3.
Yeah, you're just seeing quality run after quality run, and that's largely because of how great this O-line has been for the New Canaan Rams tonight. Really impressing me.
Rams trips left here. Single wide receiver on the right.
Second down, 7.
It'll be a 2nd down and 7 from the spot of the ball. 11 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Rams ready here on the snap. Direct to Tigeroff. Up the middle. Up the middle. Reaches for more. Rolls around. And is good for the first down.
Yeah, I mean, Ty Groff, he's shown that he can be an absolute workhorse. Even running the ball, he's just been incredible tonight. If I had to estimate, I would guess he's averaging around, I don't know, 6, 7 yards a carry. And this is a quarterback who's running up the A and B gaps, just trucking kids. It's not often you see stuff like that.
First down.
Very exciting first down here for the Rams. The Rams are looking to get another score to hopefully put this game away at about 10 minutes. Twins formation, wide receiver lined up to the left. Sorry, running back lined up to the left. Well, hit it to Groff, and then we'll go direct up the middle again to showcase his running ability. Great game by Ty Groff, averaging, I gotta tell you, Andrew, Groff's having a great game in the running game, and I think that's mostly because they've been giving him the ball.
Yeah, I mean, because the offensive passing game struggled so mightily last game, I think the coaches probably took a step back and said, hey, how can we use Ty best? Because he truly is a phenomenal player and a phenomenal athlete. And I'm guessing they settled on the running game, which clearly is working right now.
Groff set here to receive the snap. Hard count once again for the Rams.
Clock ticking down.
Groff taken. Once again up the middle.
That was probably Groff's 5th,
of the
maybe
drive.
5th straight carry.
Inside of 5.
Great game by Ty Groff. That'll put them in the red zone. It'll be 1st and 5 here for the Rams. We might see this jumbo formation if we get 1 or 2 more yards.
And here they come, Gray.
And right as we speak about it, jumbo is in. I believe it'll be...
First down from the 5.
It'll be James McInerney taking the ball in the jumbo formation. The freshman looking for his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, why not get him the ball?
Right, and McInerney's had a great game so far. Little low snap, but he makes his move up the middle, and he is in for the touchdown. That is the 2nd touchdown for the freshman, James McInerney.
Yep, and now the floodgates have burst open. This game is starting to get out of reach for the Falcons. They hung on for as long as they could, but this is just tough. This is not, as Will Pepe is fired up on the sidelines. This is not something the Falcons want right now. They're down 21 with 8 minutes to go. 20, soon to be 21 if Groff can hit this extra point. And so they're staring defeat right in the eyes. Let's see if they can keep it together, because sometimes teams just can't.
And number 34 brings the Rams to 34 points. Ty caps it off to 35-14. Great kick by Groff. Once again, they're very fortunate this kick was headed towards the parking lot. Otherwise, there's some ball retrievers in the woods.
The Cars unfortunately got unlucky. A car might be dented after this game from Ty Groff's extra points.
And I think that's why a lot of the smarter coaches park to the top of the lot. And here we go. Rams kickoff team coming out here to kick the ball. Number 8 and number 10 back to return for the Falcons. Two players that have created a lot of offense, Field and Palladino.
Aaron Field, along with
Very excited to see what they can do here.
deep for the Falcons.
Andrew, what do you think the Falcons have to do here in their next drive?
I really like what the Falcons have done thus far with their mesh routes and their quick out routes, because that has been the main source of their offense. You're in an obvious passing situation because the running the ball just runs the clock. So you're going to want to pass, and continuing with those mesh routes and those quick outs, although they don't generate a ton of yards, with a quality return there by Ludlowe.
And number 8, Aaron Field, with the great return, caught into his hands at around the 7 that was taken down by number 27, Mike Smith from New Canaan.
Yeah, and like I was saying, although the mesh routes and the quick outs and the sails, they might not generate a ton of yards every play, but it's been working pretty consistently for the Falcons, and that's something that they should just continue to churn out. I think it's definitely something they should hang their hat on moving forward.
2 wideouts to the right for the Falcons. And Cook takes the snap, rolls out to his right, and finds number 3, Aguilar.
There we go, on cue. Oh, no. Flag on the play here.
Enough for the first down, but there was a flag on the play. It'll be holding on the offense. Very unfortunate. We'll bring the Falcons back 5 yards. It'll be a repeat on down, 1st and 15, I believe.
20, I believe.
20.
But like I was saying, right on cue, they run that sail route, and it works to perfection. That would have been a first down without the holding. And that's something that the Falcons should just keep doing. And maybe a post. They haven't really attacked the middle of the field all too much, probably because they want to stay away from those safeties. But regardless, that's something
Cook
that
takes
they
the
should
snap,
probably try.
rolls out to his right, looking for the same route, throws deep, and batted down by 21, Walker Blair with the one arm.
That was actually a pretty good play there. He gave Aguilar a good chance. He gave him a really good chance to make a play. Unfortunately, I think he just got tripped up by one of his teammates there, and Walker Blair nearly had the pick.
And Cook is an amazing pass quarterback, as he's demonstrated this entire game, to find and identify the open route. And that's something that they're going to need to capitalize off of here, with maybe a go or some of those deeper balls as they just threw. As if that ball was caught, it would have given them the first down and great field positioning with 7 minutes left.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cook back here to receive the snap. Hand off to Field. Field bounces outside, breaks a few tackles, and is finally stopped. Momentum shut down by Owen Lyden and Matthew Salmini.
Yeah, that's really good contain there by, I believe you said Lyden. Good contain there, just making sure he doesn't break it outside, because he had space if he was able to break it outside. Just phenomenal contain, forcing him back into the rest of his teammates.
Strong side of the field from the offense perspective being the right. And it looks like Ludlowe will have 2 wide receivers to the left. And this is a very important possession for Ludlowe as far as sticking in the game or closing the lead, as there's only 7 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, and like you said, this is probably a situation where you're going to have to go for it as well. As the whistle blows.
3rd and 4, delay a game.
Another delay of game. That's something that's just, while the Falcons have fought hard, they've consistently made silly mistakes. The unnecessary roughness that pushed them back 15 yards, the wild punt snap, and then the continuous delay of games.
Back to Cook. Deep ball thrown by Cook, and it will be caught. Will give the Falcons great field positioning on 4th down. It'll be 4th and 8, and they will go for it.
Yeah, and suddenly now the Falcons are in a situation where they can call a play that's in their playbook. A 4th and 19, there's no play in your playbook for 4th and 19. a 4th and 8, you can pretty much run anything you want. So
Right.
great play by the Falcons there.
And as you said before, there's no other word to describe it other than silly mistakes. And without that silly mistake of the delay of game and the holding in the beginning of the drive, they would have had a first down. Trips right here. Running back swings to the right. Ball overthrown by Cook, expecting his wide receiver to run it out, who stops short, looking for the out-of-bounds ball.
Yeah, just good coverage there, and the Rams have been generating pressure on Cook all night long. Cook hasn't even played a bad game himself. It's just been a situation where he hasn't had all day to throw, and that's why a lot of these passes look like they seem like they're way off the mark, and they are way off the mark. But it's largely because he just doesn't have the time to throw it, and he's guessing where the receiver is going to be.
And I think Rams offense coming up here with a strategy is they just huddled up with Coach Marinelli. Andrew, do you think they'll continue to run the ball and try and get another touchdown, or are they looking to run the clock out?
Yeah, they'll run the ball and they'll likely score here. This is going to be a run-heavy possession, especially with Ty Groff out.
Sophomore quarterback Alex Russi checks in, and on his first place finds wide open field. Finds another gap and is taken down at around the 5. That was a very great play by him, finding that outside gap on his first play in. Fake handoff to Garcia might have been a read option, and maybe had he ran out that outside and dove in for the pylon, that could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a really good play by Alex Russi regardless. So we have an injured player down on the field, someone you never want to see. Great play by Russi, wow, really impressive. First play in the game, and he's able to just run wild, showing that this QB run is something that they likely saw on film. The coaches likely pointed it out and said, hey, this play could be really successful, because it has been wildly successful tonight, mostly with Ty Groff, but also with Alex Russi.
That is number 54, Aiden Sanders, the linebacker down on the field. That'll be a left leg injury. It's very unfortunate to see a hurt player on the field, especially in a game like this where it's very late and
the game's likely out of reach as well. Just unfortunate. He was able to get up relatively quickly, so let's hope he's all right.
That'll be a younger player checking in for him. Rams offense huddled up with Coach Marinelli for the injury timeout. It'll be 1st and 5 on the goal line for them. Rams offense very comfortable with the situation they're in. Wide out Langford to the right side of the field. Running back Thomas Garcia to the left of sophomore quarterback Russi. Takes the snap and shotgun. Handoff to Garcia. Garcia finds it for the touchdown. Touchdown, Thomas Garcia.
Great play by Garcia, wow. And he's been doing a great job tonight of just churning the feet and just generating consistent power, and that's something that running back coaches will continuously say throughout all levels of the game. You got to keep, if you want to be successful as a running back, you need to move your feet until the whistle blows, and that's what Garcia's done a great job of doing tonight.
And great job by the Rams. Groff looking to put this kick in to make the score 42-14 with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Booted right through the uprights with Groff. PAT is good. And Andrew, what do you think the keys are in finishing off a game like this with this kind of lead for the Rams and 5 minutes left? What is something Coach Marinelli is telling his players right now?
At this point, I would expect to see an entirely new defensive just skill group in general, just an entirely new defense. Although it is senior night, this is just a chance for some of the young guys, now that the seniors have played, to get reps. And this is absolutely a great chance for the juniors who don't play and the sophomores to get in. And that's probably something that Coach Marinelli's keeping an eye on. He's getting the young guys ready. He's saying, you're up. You're in as well. And that's the most exciting feeling. I remember last year, we played Brian McMahon, and we were up big going into the half. And hearing my name being called, Rittenberry, you're in. It's such a great feeling. I know that these sophomores are definitely excited because regardless of how far or how much the crowd has cleared out, you're still in Dunning Stadium and you're still playing on Friday night under the lights. And that's just a great feeling.
Great touchback, kicked by Ty Groff once again.
To my surprise, though, most of the starters are staying in. You see Griffin Gettner, Michael Smith, Brendan Hagan, Walker Blair, Connor Mazza, A.J. Bell as well, Will Pepe, and Javier Perez Soto. So the majority of the guys who've been playing most of this game are still in. Pretty surprising given that they're up 28 with 5 minutes remaining.
Right, you do see some other guys who are working in, and it looks like the Rams are going to come in here very hot with a lot of pressure. Ball batted down, great defensive coverage by Brendan Hagan. That pass was attempted to Michael Palladino for the Falcons. And I think the Falcons need to go for some deeper passes, and they've proven that they're in contention for those, and that's not unrealistic to throw. And I think those deep balls are what they should be looking for, maybe isolating a corner on a go route. And there's no question that Cook can make the throw. It's about whether or not the receiver is going to be there when he throws it.
Absolutely. Oh, no.
And sacked by 3 or 4 New Canaan Rams defenders.
Yeah, just a miscommunication there. And breakdowns like that, mental breakdowns, will often happen in games like this where the score gets out of hand. Teams will just slowly lose their focus on both sides of the scoring, whether you're down a lot or you're up a lot. Right now, the guys who are in are just unfocused because this game is the winner has, barring an absolute miracle, been decided. So it's tough.
Ludlowe checking in younger players here. Cook back. And sacked 2 plays in a row. This time by number 99, Will Pepe. Great play by him and some of the other guys. Henry Perrone, who made it through that line, and were able to take him down.
Yeah. And great job by these seniors, especially on defense. These seniors, this is their final go. This is their quite literally, their final regular season defensive possession as football players. And these guys have been playing since they were 9 years old on this stadium. And this has just got to be a special feeling for these guys. A bittersweet one, though.
Punt nearly tipped.
Very good punt, though.
But strong roll. Wilbur about 12 yards, and ball will be spotted for the Rams offense to come around the 41-yard line. Rams players very excited on the sideline.
Yeah, Will Pepe, one of the most animated guys you'll ever see. This guy has an incredible passion for the game of football, unlike some I'll ever see. He was in my physics class last year, and if I ever wanted to get him going, I would say, hey, Will, what do you think of the football team next year? If I ever wanted to just take a break from my work, I'd ask him a question, and that would spare me about 5 to 10 minutes of work. This guy loves football. He loves talking about football. He loves playing football.
Might I add, he's a great singer, too.
Yeah, he's the epitome of a football guy. And he's had a great game tonight and a great season.
Kenny here in the I formation. Behind Russi. Russi hands the ball off to Kenny. Finds the outside and is fumbled. The ball will be recovered by the Falcons. Very unfortunate play for the Rams.
Yeah, that's tough. Maybe it's not the Rams last series as they're back out there.
Rams looking to run the ball out. Looks like the play clock will be reset here. We'll have 3 minutes, 39 seconds left to go in this football game. And I think players like Will Pepe especially are excited to have this extra possession, especially on that last potential home game of a career, and just to have another opportunity to get a tackle. I wouldn't be too surprised if he broke through the line here.
Absolutely. These guys are going to cherish every moment of this last drive.
Handoff up the middle. Wrapped up by 7 out of the 11 Rams players.
And you can see Will Pepe, he's getting animated still. And this is a 28-point game. This game has been over for a while now. And this shows how much guys like Will Pepe on this team just love the game of football. They're still getting excited as the clock winds down. And that's why senior night's so important. It means so much to the players.
And Ryan Tompkins on the right here. Comes out for a swing. Cook makes that inside screen, and big tackle from the New Canaan Rams.
Ryan Calianis there.
Ryan Calianis back again with another defensive
Great play by the senior. Very strong hit.
No gain, third down at the 45.
He's truly one of the better athletes on this team. And with two pretty crazy, just unlucky situations. He's torn his ACL twice in his right knee. He's torn his right ACL 2 times. He's been operated on 2 times. And frankly, none of us were sure on the team back in sophomore year when he tore his ACL the second time. None of us were sure if he was going to be able to play again. Thankfully, he was able to come back, and he's been just really, he's worked his way all the way back. And for a guy with 2 major surgeries like that, that's such an impressive feat.
Cook, handoff here. Very great play call in the reverse, taken down by number 2, A.J. Bell. That was a very strong run by Ryan Tompkins there, and he was able to take that reverse and make something out of it, especially with his field positioning after that penalty. And the Falcons are really looking to get another touchdown in before the end of the game. Once again, Tompkins lined up to the left of quarterback. Cook trips to the left. Cook looks deep, isolation route, and it is caught and wrapped, thrown down by Mike Smith.
Yeah, I'm really proud of how these Ludlowe players are fighting and competing in this game. These guys are still running their routes incredibly hard. And they're still blocking hard. And these Rams that are in are fighting hard too. So it's really, this is still quality football that you're seeing here, folks.
Aguilera on the reception. Same formation, but Tompkins is lined up on the right this time. Cook takes the snap and shotgun. Another deep ball thrown.
What a catch.
Caught but out of bounds by Aguilera. Great defensive coverage.
Intended for Jake Aguilar.
That's as an impressive of a catch as you'll see tonight, folks. A wild leaping 50-50 ball. Great play there by Aguilar, reeling that in, but just unfortunate that he couldn't get that second foot down.
Aguilera limping back to the line of scrimmage. B trips left, Tompkins lined up to the left. Comes out in the swing pass, deep ball is thrown in, almost intercepted by Connor Mazza. Great defensive coverage by the sophomore.
Breaking up that pass, number 31, Connor Mazza.
Andrew, what do you think this Rams defense is thinking right now? They have a goal line stand, 1 minute left in the game, and you know you want to keep them to as few scores as possible, and keeping it under that 3 mark is a very great accomplishment.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, I think this is more of a pride thing. These guys don't give up a lot of points, and they want to keep it that way no matter how much time is left.
Quick ball thrown behind the wide receiver. Pass incomplete.
The last stand here for the Falcons, 4th and 10.
4th and 10, a very frustrating down to be a part of. If the Falcons can get the first down, it'll give them enough time to hopefully go for a touchdown. But I think this is either a touchdown, no touchdown kind of play. I think it's highly unlikely that the ball will be taken down and inside the 5-yard zone. And I think the Falcons are coming for a deep ball, and whether or not they get it is up to this play right here. Deep ball and one-handed brought in by Aguilera.
What a catch.
And they will give him the catch.
Well, that's the best catch you'll see all night here, as you see on the replay.
We'll see a replay here, thrown up by Cook. I'm not sure if he got the second foot in bounds, but it looks like they'll give it to him.
Questionable call there, but it's a call you probably have to give, especially for that good of a catch. And this game is far out of reach now.
And almost caught by Aguilera. Our corrections earlier, that definitely was a catch. You only need 1 foot in high school. Great throw. Cook looking to make something happen. Look, as we said before, the first down wasn't likely, but it happened, and this gives the Falcons 3 yards to be able to score. And a great tackle by that Rams D-line. That'll be number 98, Boutine.
And that's your game, folks. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, my apologies. I thought that the ref had called the game. It is a timeout to Ludlowe.
All right, and for more on Around the FCAC, some scores here. Darien 49, Norwalk 0, scoring another touchdown from our score called at halftime. Very exciting to see some big blowout games, and Darien is definitely a very talented team who's picked it up in the second half of the season, especially against Norwalk, who's been a very tough match for a lot of teams this year. And they have a great quarterback, and they have great running back, and some few wide receivers who can make some great plays. Fairfield Ward is down by 2 scores to Wilton. Richfield down for Trumbull. Trumbull is up 28-13. Fairfield Prep up to Notre Dame West Haven. Scoreless second half is still 14-7. This is very exciting, and a lot of around the league games. I think for Darien especially, being able to build their confidence, as they have 2 very tough games, or very important games rather, as they have a lot of losses this season, as a Darien team is not normally accustomed to, and making the state playoffs is a position that they're not 100% comfortable with being in.
Absolutely not. They already have 3 losses, losing to Greenwich, St. Joe's, and Maloney, I believe.
And big jumbo play. Looks like something straight out of the Rams playbook. And a great touchdown by a very large player.
Yeah, absolutely. Good touchdown there by the Falcons.
Takes it in.
Michael Calabrino. And that was a great play. The direct snap almost out of his hands, but diving over that pile on the ground. See, extra point PAT attempt. Caleb McNeil, the senior, lines up.
Caleb McNeil to attempt.
Now, if this goes in, the Rams will lead by a score of 42-21 with 38 seconds left in this game. And the kick is blocked by the Rams.
Great block there. Wow. That was number 14 for the Rams, which would be
the Rams 42 and the Falcons 20.
great play by the Rams.
Yeah, phenomenal play there by the Rams.
Number 14. Number 14, Oliver Chekarov.
Yep. He's also a senior as well. We'd like to take this time to thank our wonderful crew tonight for NCTV 78. They did a phenomenal job with tonight's broadcast.
Amazing with the replays, a new graphic setup, which allows us to have longer video replays for the viewers.
Yeah,
Sydney Sibilia on replay, doing an amazing job tonight, as you've all seen. Anav Sahai as technical director tonight. Andrew Mank on graphics. An amazing joint broadcast by NCTV. That is a squib kick. Pulled down, believe, number 42, Thomas Garcia with the great heads-up play.
it's going to be interesting here to see if the Rams just take a knee or if they try and get some plays rolling here. It's an either-or situation. They could do either thing, really.
And the Rams will have the ball on their own 28. Great field positioning for them. Off the return.
Looks like it's going to be a knee.
And that'll be it. Ty Groff will take a knee to end this game.
Rams take a knee.
That was an amazing game by both teams with a final score, Rams 42, the Falcons 20. Andrew, what was the most exciting part of that game for you?
Hunter Telesco. He was one of my players to watch going into tonight's game, but I honestly never could have predicted that dominant of a performance with over 10 yards per carry and 134 yards for Telesco. Phenomenal job. What about you, Gray?
Right, and I completely agree with you. Although he only had minutes in the first half, he was on track for a 300-plus yard game, which is remarkable for high school football, and could have been rivaling a New Canaan record. And I think something, too, that's very important that the Rams were able to capitalize off is their defensive depth on their roster. And there were a lot of guys that were able to make plays that game. And you saw a blocked field goal. You saw Matt Salmini almost return a fumbled snap for another 6 points. And being able to have defensive points is very important, especially for this Rams team. It kept them in the St. Joseph's game before halftime last game.
Yeah.
And it's something that really brought them ahead in this game and built them a level above the Ludlowe Falcons.
And in years past, the Rams' defenses haven't always been superb, while the offenses were. And it feels like through last year and including this year, the tables have turned. The Rams' defense is now probably one of the most dominant in the state, I would assume. And they had another great performance tonight. Although Ludlowe did move the ball successfully, the Rams just did a good job stopping them when they got down into scoring position. So kudos to the Rams. Outside of Hunter, who is your player of the game, Gray?
My player of the game is going to be quarterback Ty Groff. I think he showcased his ability amazingly to run the football when he was given the opportunity. And I think it was very special that the Rams trusted him with the football. And even though we didn't see a lot of the passing game, he had a great field goal attempt that nearly went in. He had a lot of extra points, not one that he missed. And I think just having a player that's so consistent and so perfect, in a sense, right when he plays, is amazing. And now we're going to bring you some highlights from this game. We're going to start with the first score of the game. Hunter Telesco with the amazing run up the middle. And a great kick by Ty Groff to follow. There were many great plays this game from quarterback Cook. And he gave a great handoff there. And Ty Groff throwing it in for another touchdown to Cooper Smith, one of his first of the season, followed by, once again, another great kick by Ty Groff. Kicked into the back. As you could see, Ty Groff had a great game and almost picked off by Javi. And here you go. Once again, Hunter Telesco, as you spoke, your player of the game, Andrew, taking handoffs, and he rushed for, I believe, final accumulation was 134 yards.
Yes, I believe
which
so.
is remarkable for less than a half of football. He was taken out before halftime.
Yeah. Well before halftime. As you see here, one of Ludlow's better special teams plays. Quality kick return. And as you see, Ludlow did move the ball successfully. Great catch there by Aaron Field. Probably Ludlow's best player tonight. And there he punches it in as well.
Andrew, if you were the offensive coordinator for this Ludlow team, what might you have done differently?
Honestly, to tell you the truth, not much. They put up 20 points, which isn't terrible. I know one of them was a complete garbage time touchdown. However, they had a bunch of yards. It was really all they could do to be successful. So I think that I would have liked to see them throw the ball more downfield, but the reason why that wasn't possible was because they were outmanned so badly in the trenches. So you can't really blame them.
Right, and a very significant part of that, I think, was getting Ludlow's ability to throw the ball downfield was stronger, in my opinion, than the ability of New Canaan's team to throw the ball down the field. And I think the Falcons just needed to bring that in a little more and just have some more of those 50-50 balls, and it could have been a different game. It could have been a different game.
Yeah, absolutely. And this game, it wasn't a terrible start for the Falcons. They were able to stop the Rams on their very first drive. It was a 3-and-out. However, it quickly got out of hand once Hunter Telesco got going. So I think the focus more needs to be on the defensive side of the ball going into next week.
Right, and the defensive side of the ball for the Rams. We should talk about that for a second because of, once again, a phenomenal performance. And the Rams, before the St. Joseph's game, had only given up 3 touchdowns the entire season. They had only let in 21 points, which is remarkable for a high school team. That is very, very strong. And this New Canaan's Rams defense, if you factor in the points that they've scored through interceptions, fumble recoveries, I think the defense has let in negative points.
Probably the best team, probably the best defense in the state. I think I can say that with confidence now. And they gave up, they gave up 27 last week, but that came with 3 interceptions thrown by the offense. They were probably on the field for about 60 to 70% of last week's game. 3 interceptions, and they were able to score 1 as well. With that being said, we are about to kick it down to our sideline reporter who will be interviewing Coach Lou Marinelli.
Right, and just something great about Marinelli and his ability to coach this game has been phenomenal, and he's done super well, and there's nothing that any of the Rams have not been able to do. We're now going to cut down to our sideline reporter Danielle for an interview with Coach Marinelli.
Marinelli, Coach, great game today. Obviously a great improvement from last week. What do you have to say about your players?
No, I think whenever you can win, you've got to be happy. And the way we lost last week, I think the boys had, wanted to come back and try to prove something. So I think they really did a good job at coming back and playing a really good game.
This was your last regular season home game of the year. Now on to the Turkey Bowl after a little break. What are you looking for in your players moving forward?
Well, we got to beat Ward first. So we play Ward next Friday night up there, and that's not going to be an easy task. Then we'll worry about Darien. But that Turkey Bowl is always something that both towns really look forward to, and it should be it's always a great game. It's always a great game. So we're excited, but we're excited about Ward first.
Great. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, Danielle, and thanks, Coach Marinelli, and very well said. The Turkey Bowl is a very exciting game that everyone's looking forward to, and I think one of the best things that Coach Marinelli says is that he's not just looking forward to 2 weeks away in the Turkey Bowl. he's got to get through the next game first. And being a coach that is mindful of every single game and every opponent is so important. And respecting opponents so that upsets don't happen is exactly what Coach Marinelli was trying to do.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's why he's one of the greatest high school football coaches, certainly the best in the state ever.
Right. And 41 years of experience as a head coach for New Canaan has just been insane. And the inexperience of other coaches in the league has not really no one's caught up to him yet. And Marinelli is a leader in a bunch of different records, and the New Canaan history, wins and championships, and it's very special. And he'll look to add to that next week as the Rams will face off against Ward, and the following week for Darien. Thanks for watching, everyone. The broadcast between the New Canaan Rams and the Ludlowe Falcons. The final score of 42-20. Very exciting game. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Andrew Rittenberry, Great Tomasco, signing out.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club, Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Family Dentistry, the dental office for our entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni, Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, who have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist with all of your automotive needs. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Walter Storts. Walter Storts Market has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Storts is your fresh local market. We would like to thank our gold sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commissioned residential and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal and constructed with intention and integrity. We'd like to thank our gold sponsor, Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Well, Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Thank you to our gold sponsor, Performance Optimal Health, who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2022-2023 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. We would like to thank our gold sponsor, Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics.